can never sleep in traffic. There's living steady panic. I know 'cause I try acid. Now I see through your habits, just like gadgets. You tell me with the two hands, I'm too bad. Wonder what you think's I like. Need me to get your bills paid. That's what you said. I guess I'm just too fake for that. So sit down, listen, think for a minute. Know it might be hard 'cause you're uneducated. Break down, face it, breathe for a minute. I'm about to help you with your manners and respect. You get it? Just uneducated. But this so but you make it. One day, manners and respect. I'm a realist. I see your actions like an itchy clitoris. I never listen to the critics. They try to steal you from your feelings for cash. You tell me with the two hands, I'm too bad. Wonder what you think's I like. Need me to get your bills paid. That's what you said. I guess I'm just too fake for that. So sit down, listen, think for a minute. Know it might be hard 'cause you're uneducated. Break down, face it, breathe for a minute. I'm about to help you with your manners and respect. Second chance, so take it till we feel the man. You never listen, think too fast. But one day you'll understand. So sit down, listen, think for a minute. Know it might be hard 'cause you're uneducated. Break down, face it, breathe for a minute. I'm about to help you with your manners and respect. You get it? Just uneducated, just a little bit. But this so but you make it. One day, manners.
Rated T for Teen.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the showcase stream for SMITE 2's very first Alpha Weekend playtest coming at you all tomorrow. We are so excited to be here. It's been a long time coming. The team is super excited. And speaking of the team, I got the GOAT squad with me here today. I got the SMITE 2 design fam. Ajax is with me by my right, but if we zoom out wide, we got Clumsy, Aggro, Pon all here with me to talk about SMITE 2. How's everybody doing today?
Stoked. I can't believe it's finally like Alpha Weekend 1 already.
It's insane.
It's been a long wait and like happened very fast all at once.
Yeah,
I know. It's finally real. Like, it's crazy. We're in the SMITE 2 category on Twitch, which is crazy. For the first
really?
time. I know, right?
That's hype.
I know,
That's exciting.
right? Super hype. Patch notes are live on the site. That's another thing for the first time that we haven't done before. SMITE2.com if you want to catch up on the patch notes. Pull them up. Follow along with us here. Not going to go through everything on the show because patch notes are long. AJ, how long were those patch notes?
It was 60 pages.
That's insane.
In my Google Docs. Yeah. It includes the full item
text and full God roster, all kits text. So there's a lot of information in there, but there's also a lot of high-level summary, short-form stuff. So, take your time, sort through it. Looking forward to seeing the reactions, discussion of it.
It's all written like by Ymir, right?
Yeah,
Like,
by
it's-
Ymir in his voice.
First-person Ymir voice, yes.
Smite too good.
I know, right? So yeah, patch notes are live on the site. And before we hop into it, I just wanted to stress that we're super excited for Alpha Weekend 1 starting tomorrow, but it's early. This is the first playable version of Smite 2 that's going to be available to a large public audience. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's work in progress, rough around the edges for Alpha, but we're at the point in stage of development where we're ready for you all to hop in, give us your feedback, and our primary goal is for you all to hop in, and we want to build this game together with the community, take all of that community feedback coming in from the Alpha, get back to cooking, making sure that we're incorporating everything that you all feel like you like, what feels a little bit off, taking and incorporating all that feedback just to build the Smite 2 that you want to play, because that's our ultimate goal.
Nothing is set in stone at this point, right? So we're going to test, we're going to play, we're going to learn, we're going to keep implementing new things, changing things. It's going to be a hell of a ride.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I know, right? Well, before we get into a lot of the cool stuff, I did want to take some time. Smite 2 is an all-new game.
Right.
I wanted to definitely give you all the floor to talk about some of the goals for Smite 2. We've talked a lot about it before, but before players get a chance to hop into this first alpha, from a high level, I'll pass it to you, Ajax. What are some of the goals for Smite 2?
So, really, Smite 2 is us building upon Smite 1. Yeah. Smite 1 has been successful for 10 years, and we want to be able to do that for another 10 years and more. So, in this way, we open up all these new possibilities to ourselves, freeing ourselves from some technological constraints we had on Smite 1. The large reset in changing the God roster and the item roster and item system gives us a lot of opportunity to try new things. So really, our goals are listed out on the patch notes. We want to stick to these. We want you to read through them with us. We want them all to be understood and clear. So we want to keep the core gameplay of Smite 2 similar to Smite 1. It's been successful for us. It's familiar to you. It aligns with the goals of a sequel game. It's what our players love, and we want to preserve that. But we also want to find a lot of ways we can expand on that, try new things for new variety, new mechanics, new designs.
Yeah.
The new game and the new technology create unique opportunities for rebalancing Smite and for introducing new mechanics that Smite 1 couldn't support. So today, you might see some surprising changes.
Oh, I'm excited for them to see some of this stuff.
A lot of it is different because of these goals. We want to try to do a lot of heavy rebalancing and also just trying completely new things. So you're going to see a combination of that throughout today. And a lot of times when you see why would they do this change? Why would they do something like that? These are the goals that are supporting the reasoning for those changes. Trying new things, learning new things, trying to rebalance the game, trying to free ourselves from constraints.
Absolutely. And talking about those high-level goals, I definitely want to talk about player creativity because it's opened up a lot. And Clumsy, I'll pass to you. What are some of the things that we're incorporating there?
Yeah, one of the main things for our gameplay design is we want to expand upon player creativity. We wanted player expression and skill expression to be something that we really push forwards into Smite 2. So whether that's build diversity, whether that's role flexibility, it's about increasing the skill floor without necessarily alienating, or increasing the skill ceiling without necessarily alienating the skill floor, right? We want to make sure that everyone's having fun, but we wanted to use Smite 2 and, the 10 years in the future kind of thing is something that we can really be like, okay, well, what can we get away with now in Smite 2? What can we really push the boundaries of? And that's one of our main focuses.
I'm stoked. And Agra, I'm going to pass it to you because Smite 2, it's a MOBA, right?
Yeah.
Where's the competition at, baby? Tell me about Smite 2 and it being competitive.
That's one of the things that I think all of us are really excited about, especially, Clumsy and Pawn and I all come from that competitive background and, been in the pro scene in Smite previously. And we think the competitive ceiling for Smite 2 is going to be even higher than it was in Smite 1. And I mean, Smite 1 competitive was obviously so incredible.
Oh, yeah.
We can't wait to see what the competitive teams, once we get started with that, are going to be able to do. And we are definitely keeping the competitive aspect of Smite 2 as a top priority, making sure that, everything we design, we're talking about how does this impact high-level play, what are pro players going to be able to do with this, and really allowing them to be even more creative, as Clumsy was just alluding to, and just really keeping that in mind with all of our goals.
Awesome. Well, speaking of being creative, one of the biggest things in Smite 2 that's different from Smite 1 is the big stat change, going from physical power and magical power to strength and intelligence. And I believe Pawn is already queued up in game, and we definitely want to talk a little bit more about that at a higher level because there's a lot going on to it.
Oh, yeah. So for strength and intelligence, the big thing here is that you might be familiar with it as physical power and magical power, but we wanted to give it a different name to really showcase that this is a whole new system. So characters no longer deal with strictly magical damage or strictly physical damage. They can do a mixed variety of types. And abilities, if they use intellect, that doesn't necessarily mean they have to do magical damage. If they have strength, it doesn't necessarily mean they have to do physical damage. There's a lot of new diversity that can happen with these stats, and characters can choose to be mostly strength focused, or like some characters that we have in the game right now, like Kernanos, you can actually go much more hybrid and stacking those two together and actually changing some of the damage types based off what you're building. So this just really opens up a lot of tools for us to create really interesting kits and kit dynamics, and then also give opportunities for players to be like, ooh, I really want to play into this specific playstyle within the character kit, and you can build that stat to actually go for it. So again, kind of tying back to the theme of like that player creativity, there's just a lot of really cool opportunities here.
Yeah, well, enough of us. Let's go in game and look at some of that strength and intelligence stuff. I believe you've
boy.
got Kernanos pulled up here, and
Yep.
We're doing it. Patch notes show Smite 2
We're
in
doing
game.
it.
Isn't that
In
crazy?
game.
live.
We'll just do the party lights real quick.
Oh
There we
yeah.
go.
Classic.
DJ Pun, let's go.
Obviously, there's a lot of exciting things here to look at, but we want to highlight first
Oh,
and
look at
foremost
that.
is the tooltip descriptions that are to describe where these strength and intelligence values are going to come through. So even just looking at Shifter of Seasons, you can see the healing scaling on the spring season is intelligence scaling. So you can actually get bigger heals per hit by building intelligence on Kernanos. But you can see, and actually you get a lot of utility effects from Kernanos here. You can see the intelligence scaling on the, you can actually increase the physical protection reduction debuff potency by building
Right.
intelligence on Kernanos. You can get that traditional strength damage on Summer, but actually Summer has a unique thing here where you can see it's actually strength or intelligence, whichever's higher.
Right.
That's cool.
So you'll have to really take a look at these things. It's really this system gives every god so much more depth, so much more opportunity to play different roles, different styles, different builds. Essentially, almost anyone can be built as an ADC or potentially melee.
I've heard the
basic
rumors
attack
of
carry.
Zeus ADC. What'd you
Oh,
have?
it's
yeah,
good.
Strength Zeus, baby. That's I'm right there.
Right, some gods have really interactive kits with this, some a little less so. Some have completely different role changes potentially because of this. There's just so many exciting opportunities within this system.
I was distracted by looking at those awesome looking tooltips. It looked
know,
like
right?
Yeah,
a lot
lots
of
of
work.
details. We have
We'll
simplified,
talk-
advanced.
I skipped ahead of it, but look at
No,
them.
we're
They're,
going to
they're
talk
gorgeous.
about this more, but in most cases, we just want to talk about this and like set the stage for a lot of the stuff we're going to look at today.
Yeah.
In that these new systems like keep the moment-to-moment combat, what we want from Smite 1, what people are used to, a lot of core MOBA features, which we're going to get into right now as we're going to go through the conquest section of the game.
Yeah, I was going to say,
first,
speaking
and then
of
some systems changes on top of that.
I was going to say, speaking of setting the stage, we're already here on this gorgeous conquest map. Let's just stay in game while we pass to you, AJ. Kind of like, what are some of the design goals for conquest as we kick off and Pong can start walking around?
So similar to our, general goals, where you're gonna see this repeated a lot, where some of these specific features also mirror the goals of the entire game. But we want to continue to look for depth in the conquest map. We want to add more impactful choices, more options and opportunity. Important to note that this is like the first playable version of Conquest. So
Yes.
there will be definite plans to adjust and expand on the mechanics in the map. There's going to be some new ones already, and also a lot of different ones from Smite 1. So early on, this is a like really spicy goal, honestly. But early on, we're really trying to keep the entire role system as creatively open and flexible as possible. So a lot of players in Smite 1 are very used to the design team being very prescriptive with, you should build this god as full tank and go here and do exactly this in this order, or you will not do as well. That is not the goal here. We wanted to design more of a canvas for the players to paint the meta on for us, right?
Analogy.
So we
a
tried to
cosmic gumbo. If
right. Yeah, I would say so.
And reference 10 minutes in. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we need at least 5 more by the end of the show, Ragro.
I got you.
So there are no specific starter items that tell you have to go here, you have to kill this, you have to do that. We want people to lean into the strength and lead into the god changes and role changes and see what things go. We found that maybe more aggressive strength-based supports are really strong in our playtesting. Sort of double jungle strats are potentially really strong in our playtesting. Doing more ranged utility supports instead of true tanks can be really good. double ADC can be good.
Yep, I think one of the fun part is just like you were saying, we've opened things up for the players, and we're seeing from the friends and family testing, from play tests, they're already doing things that we didn't expect. Like we didn't already, some of these, like whether it's Athena crit jungle, like I don't think we tried that as much internally. We saw friends and family doing this. Damn, like it's
we were
working.
trying burst magical Athena jungle, because like that's when you'd expect to be pretty good. But we saw the physical Athena jungle.
Like,
it was really good.
It's like the system's working. Like
And
this
that's
is awesome.
what we want. And so, this is something that, of course, is open to change. We're going to see how things work. If the general feedback wants us to be more specific and more stringent on things, we can. But you have to start this way. It's much harder to go the other way.
Exactly.
If you're already saying, like, you have to buy this item, you have to start here, you have to do this, or the item doesn't even work, then you don't get to test the other things.
Yep.
Right.
So that concept I just illustrated is something we'll come back through a lot. So, Clumsy, why don't you tell us about this first cool new feature we have on the Conquest map?
Could you be talking about the new stealth fields that we see all across the different places in the map?
It is.
I was going to say just in the lanes, but they're not just in the lanes. They're in the jungle. They're in, we took a lot of opportunities to make sure that when adding this feature, we didn't overload the map with this new thing. And so what we're seeing here, we're seeing areas where if you enter into it, you become stealth, right? It's what you'd expect, which you've seen in other games, which you've seen in our own game that we played around with in SMITE 1.
Modes.
In different game modes and with Marti Cross and stuff. So it just, for us, it gives us more opportunities to kind of just play in with, lane dynamics, with jungle dynamics. It's something, where you can create opportunities and moments of, interest during the matches itself. But like I'm saying, we played with a lot of different placements. We played with, a lot more of these, a little less of these. And right now we're just at an iteration where we feel like you're opting into this gameplay, but you're not really being stifled by it.
They're just fun.
Yeah.
They're just fun.
Right? These specifically are just like, you get all sorts of cool ambush moments.
Oh, yeah.
You get a lot more. You get a lot less just like strafing back and forth, staring at each other. Like you have to check things. You have to use abilities or face check things or use wards. Like it just adds a lot of fun to the map.
Yeah, I love the level 1 game of hide and seek in lane. It's
Whoever
just
gets
like,
there first.
Oh, yeah.
Did I get there first?
Yep.
I don't know. I don't want to check.
Who's here? Should I ward here or not?
Usually, especially over here, because you see these ones, and there's a mirrored side, and there's left, stealth push on the left and the right. So you're just watching from like these right side ones, them attacking the left side ones. Like I'm not even over there. I'm over here.
There's a much more specific description of all the rules around these in the patch notes. But in general, they work what you're familiar with from this type of mechanic that we've done in SMITE 1.
Yep.
Cool. Well, we continue our map tour, and the next point is talking about lane minions, but I know we have them turned off right now, just due to the base stuff on the map. But Pond, do you want to just walk us through how kind of lane minions work?
Yep, so the lane minions work as you generally expect them to. They spawn at the start of the game. They'll run down the middle lane. They're your main source of experience and farm. But there are slight differences in how they're spaced and how their damage is dealt. A little bit difference in how tanky they are. Just stuff that you'll feel out as you play in the alpha test. The major change is actually going to be the Minotaur minion that spawns now. This thing is like a true siege breaker into pushing a lane. It's a lot stronger. It has probably, I would say, I don't know the exact health value, but it feels like quadruple, 5 times the health of a regular minion, and it can absolutely crush towers. It has a long range attack that actually hurts it. So if you get this in your lane and you can kill the other one, you want to push yours into the tower and help push. And that just adds a little bit more dynamic into, oh, they abandoned lane to go rotate here. At this time, I can start pushing. You have an extra tool to help you push. So minions are going to be familiar to you, but there are some new aspects of this that are going to be different when you're playing in the alpha.
We also have the minion execute feature.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
As
yes.
Minions, standard minions, not the Minotaurs, get low health. They will get a flashing red element on them. That means that the next damage dealt to them will immediately kill them.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit more last hit focus and highlighting through that. Feels really good to just like track through a whole wave, just executing minion after minion, getting
Yeah, it's one of those things like last hitting in SMITE 1 has always been there. It's always, it is important to make sure that you're aware of the fact that last hitting does give you bonus gold. But now we've just given you like an added methodology of seeing what that looks like. Now you get to know, and it's a part of the gameplay experience rather than being something that's a little bit hidden.
Very true.
Cool. All right, Pon, as you were walking around, I noticed these little yellow circles on the sides of the lanes. Aggro, what are these things?
Yeah, these are the gold caches, I believe we're going with, and these are really
Gold blessing.
gold blessings. Yeah, excuse me, gold blessings, and they are a blessing because this
All names
gives
subject to change.
gold. Yeah, of course, to your whole team. So right now, Pon, if he had 5 teammates or 4 teammates, he would have given 30 gold to himself and all of his teammates, and these are present in all 3 lanes, and it really just adds another layer of, I really want to be contesting the lane and not just sitting underneath my tower and soaking farm as it gets underneath, and I'm not really in any danger. These gold leads get going pretty quickly with these gold blessings, and they're we have some gold blessing demons, caps lock in particular.
Oh yeah.
Good luck
He will
ever
fight
getting
for
he will die for it.
all to the death.
And I respect that.
We've had team fights where everyone dies because of this 30 gold.
Oh,
we're fighting
and,
over.
and my favorite one is if you go to in the mid lane, right? Like we're talking about the stealth areas. This is the most perfectly placed one because there's
yeah.
one right here, and you just know that someone's either hiding here or just waiting. I've seen people just like looking for the best opportunities to just gank at this gold.
Now, how exactly did you capture those there, Pon? Let's dig a little bit deeper into this concept because this is a very new mechanic and it's going to have a big impact on the map as a whole. You're going to see us referencing it multiple times here in the future. It's called interact.
Yep.
So we now have the concept in Smite 2 where things on the map have a special area that allows you to interact with them. There we go. So you can see you can capture this warhorn. This is the... We'll get to this mechanic in a second. We're jumping around a little bit, but the gold blessings were the first interactable we wanted to show. So in order to do this, you use your spacebar button or whatever your jump button is currently bound to will transform into an interact. You'll do a little channel and then you'll capture it. These were so we could try some different methods of, gaining an advantage on the map that weren't just killing something
Or just standing on something.
or just standing on something, right? So you walk in, you have to manually engage with it, and then you can cancel it, you can interrupt, but you can also be interrupted.
Right.
It creates a much faster combat loop than just having to kill a whole minion wave, or that also, it has a different risk-reward dynamic than having to stand and kill a whole jungle camp where the opponent can just stand there and watch you. You're taking damage, you're taking all the risk, and then they can try to just pick it off.
Right.
In this case, they have to actually poke you off and then take that ground, and then you have the chance to counterattack. It gives a really different combat dynamic, and you're going to see us exercising this in a bunch of places across the map. Before we get too many into those, we should jump back to towers, though.
Yeah. Let's talk
Pon,
about
you want to go show us and talk about tower bounties?
Yeah, of course. So you can see here in mid lane, and let me turn off Tower Killer so I don't just absolutely destroy it. It has these extra 3 pips.
Yeah.
And so these are actually health thresholds that when you get to, they'll drop these gold bounties. So let's see if I can do this without dying. We'll God.
I was going to say, I don't like your odds.
Yeah, no.
Your build is not going to do much.
No, we have no items right now. So
All right, chat.
No-
Get the
no
timer.
backdoor protection.
How long is it going to take?
we got it. We'll get there.
We'll
We'll
only
get
be
there.
demonstrating the first tower.
Yeah, so this will be the first tower bounty, and you can see when I get to this health threshold, what it does is you have these orbs fly out, and you can pick them up, and you can even see we have these helpful tooltips that explain what it is.
Yeah.
But when you pick them up, they just give you a huge burst of gold. So this is extra incentive for you to actually break through and push towers early into the game. Using that advantage, it's a different way of getting a lead when you have advantage to push outside of just rotating. Again, just giving you more flexibility in what you want to be choosing to focus on the map.
And there's a special condition with that third one.
Yeah, that one's
which is
exciting.
worth a lot more gold, and that one is only benefited to the team that gets to it first in the lane.
Yep.
So if you break your diamond bounty, then your opponent's tier 1 diamond bounty is turned off.
In that lane. Yep.
The winning
In that
lane
lane.
matters.
Only in that lane.
Yeah, got to win that lane.
And also, those gold pickups are localized for the area. So it's not team-wide gold, but if you have an ally nearby you, it'll share for whoever's nearby.
Huge win for W keyers everywhere.
Yeah, and it matters a lot. Like getting an early tower in Smite 2, you notice the gold infusion for you personally if you got those tower bounties, which has felt really good.
It's a big spike. Okay, where were we before? Jumping back to...
We're talking about interact. We talked about gold caches.
Jungle
I
buffs.
think it's time to talk about the jungle.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is exciting.
Okay, you want me to take this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a big new system that affects the whole map in a deep way.
Yes,
Absolutely.
So this is what we're calling the infamy system. Every jungle camp on the map has a level. The level is gained by leveled up by gaining infamy. You gain infamy by killing that camp. You get it? You kill the monsters. They don't like you so much, so they power up their defenses to try to fight you harder the next time. As you level up the monsters, they'll be harder to kill. They'll be worth more, and they'll start giving better rewards. So at infamy level 1, jungle buffs do not drop. So there are no level 1 jungle buffs in Smite 2 at this time. But as you level up to level 2, 3, 4, you start getting a jungle buff at level 2, and then you start getting more powerful versions of each buff as you go. Each infamy is tracked individually, so you have to kill a bunch of harpies to get more harpy infamy.
Yep.
And this is really interesting because this lets you prioritize specific things on the map, like if you want to invade. Invading your opponent's team red actually slows down their infamy gain on their red buff and speeds up yours.
Yep.
Right.
Getting you to get a stronger red buff earlier in the game. There's also a couple spawn points in the game, the ones along the middle line. Those can be different jungle buffs. at different times and different, so they're randomized which color jungle buff they'll be. So depending on what spawns there, you might want to prioritize one that you care about the most of getting to the next level of infamy. So there's no Invader's Curse on this map as well. So there's really just a lot of ways you can play this, a lot of different strategies you can formulate, both pre-existing and on the fly, to power up your jungle as you go. Yeah. Anything I missed, team?
No, I mean, I think that a big thing, just thinking about the competitive aspects like I was talking about earlier, I think that this opens up jungle pathing and unique ways to play the jungle based on how your jungler likes to play, based on how your team likes to play.
People will
your
find
comp likes to
specific
play.
routes.
Yep.
But there's been less of that so far, right?
Yes, definitely. I'm really trying to ward early so that I can see if Pawn is starting on the left side. I'm doing way more vertical jungling than I ever did in Smite 1, just really trying to... And then if I get a good clean invade off on the enemy red, I'm going to prioritize red the rest of the game because now I'm ahead in infamy there. And I might let my yellow kind of
pressure
go by the wayside. Yeah, but I really want to build that and get... Because the level 3 versions of these buffs are really, really strong.
Oh, the last thing we forgot is jungle buffs now need to be picked up with interact.
Yes.
So this is a feature that takes a little bit of getting used to because you're just used to running over them, but it helps a lot for crowded combat scenarios where people don't accidentally pick up buffs.
Accidentally.
It lets you manually choose or overwrite the buff you currently have if you still have duration on your previous buff. We've also just made the jungle buff pickups generally a lot more forgiving. They last a lot longer, so you don't run out of time picking them up. You can do a lot of stuff with these new jungle buffs, so definitely check those out.
Yeah, one last clarification on these ones as well, because I've seen some people confused in playtest. The infamy system is not necessarily linked to the strength and rewards based on that camp. So for example, the jungle camps are still going to gain XP, gold, and damage over time, and infamy levels are just based on that reputation system and what rewards they'll give you via the buffs.
The buffs. Okay, sorry. Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, the way I introduced that could have been interpreted either way.
Right.
The main benefits of leveling up infamy is the buff and introduction of the buff and buff powers.
Yes.
And the harpies also, they don't drop a buff, but they drop a shield pickup. It gives you a health shield with unlimited duration. Yeah.
Very strong.
Yep, and then all that info on all the buffs and the Harpy Trinket Shield is in patch notes. So if you want all the details on each level of the buff per infamy system, it's right there on patch notes for you to read.
You'll get used to picking up those buffs real quick.
I have jumped over every single Smite 1 buff I've picked up for the last 2 months.
Sure, I didn't even think about
I have
that. That's
jumped
so
over
funny.
Every single one.
Oh man. Well, let's talk about the Warhorn up next. It's the solo lane objective. But Pon, do you want to give us a sneak peek?
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
We
peek at something else.
Oh yeah,
we
we'll
could
just use the
skip one.
teleporters.
Yeah, here we go.
I don't need to cheat. I have cheats
Exactly.
built into the map.
There we go.
If everyone can cheat, it's fair.
Yeah, so the Warhorns, these are kind of like the totem replacement. It's only going to be featured in the solo lane, and it's something that we were looking at earlier where you're going to use that interact mechanism, and it's kind of like a capture the flag scenario where you want to get your progress on the Warhorn all the way to full before the enemy kind of takes over and does it to theirs instead. So only one team can capture the Warhorn at a time before each respawn to the Warhorn, and it'll be empowering the next wave of all the minions on your team. So they're going to be getting stronger, and it also does an immediate benefit of gold for your entire team too.
Yep.
And it is noticeable if your solo laner is giving up a lot of Warhorns and you're fighting a lot of Warhorn fused waves.
Oh yeah, it gets
like,
tough.
hey,
Oh yeah.
can we maybe get a Warhorn or two over here?
I know,
Like,
right?
That might help.
Please.
They take a lot more time to clear, and you take a lot more chip damage away when trying to clear them. Or if you're not around with them, you could lose. Lose waves.
Yeah,
This is also another objective that it might actually sometimes not be worth the fact that we've been fighting over it for 3 minutes and have brought multiple people over just to contest this Warhorn. But man, you really want to be the one that captures it.
Oh,
Just it's a moral victory.
I've had some funny times of just me and someone else with the solo laner just staring off at each other, and one person's trying to get it, and then the other person just uses a Bologna ulti to stun them, and in that time they don't even attack, they just go for the war and capture.
Oh, and getting that quick interact, stepping into the right space, hitting the key, getting it going, and stepping back out. A lot of times people will think, "Oh, I'll definitely be able to interrupt them," but then they get it because you weren't quick enough.
Yep.
There's a lot of combat dynamics
And
there.
playing around the strategy of the Warhorn early to mid game is obviously important. You want to help with your team across the board. Also mid to late game where your minions being empowered in one lane versus the other. So for example, you get the Warhorn and then you push on one side of the map, right? And the other sides of the map
I'm so glad
are
you
always going
mentioned
to be
that.
able
We get a lot of Fire Giant queues where instead of we're not quite ready for Fire Giant and the fight kind of spreads out, and you fight over the Warhorn instead because it's really impactful late game. You want that minion push. You want that free push, especially while you're fighting over objectives. It scales so well throughout the game, and I always like am happy to go pick it up.
Yep.
That's awesome. And yeah, one thing that I noticed
Also, it
that I
looks
wanted
sick,
to call out is the way you capture it is you interact with it, but you don't have to stand on the point whenever it's going. So you can interact with it, start the capture, walk away, clear wave, rotate.
But if your enemy comes in and interacts with it, and they will stop your progress and start back theirs.
Yeah, and it does remember progress too. So if you had it almost finished and someone comes and snipes it, and you take it back quickly, it's not like you've lost all that progress. So you're constantly making progress towards finishing it.
Purely additive.
Cool. Well, we're on the solo lane side of the map. Our next point is the teleporters, and we're going to talk about the Gold Fury here too. So let's talk about the teleporters that get on the right side of the map before we talk about Gold Fury.
Yeah, teleporters or Pond. Did you want to take porters?
Yeah. So for the teleporters, so as a jungler main, the fact that you don't know exactly where I'm starting, and the fact that I can gank and teleport to go farm the other side of the map or surprise gank the other side of the map as well, just the amount of options and flexibility as a jungler alone has been super huge for these teleporters. But if you lose sight of your lane opponents, if they push and they leave, you don't know if they went necessarily to go potentially invade, you don't know if they went to Gold Fury, you don't know if they're about to go gank solo lane. And this positioning makes it so that it's accessible just enough that it is good to do and you can make some really hype plays off of it, but it's not so accessible that it's a constant feature where you really have no idea where anyone is. You can make really good educated guesses, and that's something that's really cool about this.
Obviously we've got teleporters of some mechanic now in Smite 1 and a lot of people who have talked about like, oh, why aren't they exactly the same as Smite 1, Smite 2? It's because these types of teleporters, the gameplay that we wanted is very different, right? We didn't want to we're not looking to copy and paste, even though there's like the Smite 1 serve a different function, it's their fun for their map. But for this map, we wanted to make sure you can make those sly and coy plays. You don't have to reveal people.
A little more mystery.
A little bit more mystery, a little bit more intrigue.
And you can see we also have a cooldown here, so you can't just teleport back and forth.
Yep.
So there is a little bit of a timer. It's not, you can eventually like come over here, fight, and then afterwards the timer will probably have fallen off and you can go back. But you can't just use this to constantly ping pong back and forth to confuse your opponent and make it really hard for you to get killed.
And for all of these interactables on the map so far, you get interrupted via damage. So it's not like CC, like teleport and Smite 1 or anything like that. If you get hit while you're doing your channel of the interact, you will immediately stop.
Right. Good point.
I cannot wait to take my duo lane and gank Nika at level 2 and like level 2. It's gonna be awesome for me, not for him.
Enjoy that upper hand you have on the pros. For
I know, right?
Yeah, very short amount of time. Yeah, exactly.
Sweet. Well, Pana's already walking over there. Let's talk about the Gold Fury.
Yeah. So Gold Fury is a bigger deal than it has ever been in Smite 1. Now you see underneath the kills on the top of your HUD there, you've got 3 empty dots. Those are your Gold Fury count. So if you get a Gold Fury, you'll get one of those, and each time you'll get golden experience as you're used to, but then also you'll get a unique buff that is permanent based on how many Gold Furies you've gotten, and you keep all of them as you go. So the first time you kill a Gold Fury, you and your whole team will permanently have a speed boost out of Fountain that is doubled for the rest of the game because you've gotten a Gold Fury. If you kill a second Gold Fury as a team, you also will have nearby friendly minions take reduced damage and deal more damage. And if you get that third one, then you deal bonus true damage to structures. And so this is a way of us kind of advancing the game throughout the match in a natural kind of scaling way where you don't have to necessarily fight around Fire Giant. Getting that third Gold Fury, now that structure bonus that kind of used to be on Fire Giant is now on getting your third gold. So you want to group up, play around that. We have really changed our late game macro calls a lot from Smite 1, really needing to, oh, hey, this is going to be their third gold. I don't know if we really want to give that up, or what's right after the third gold.
I was staring at you. Just like
fourth Fury.
The fourth Fury, which I'll get to in a moment. But a lot of really cool calls of, oh, they only have 1 gold. It's okay if they get their second. Let's group around Fire.
Right.
Or, hey, we got some early Gold Furies because we got an early lead. The enemy team's starting to scale. They might outscale us. They might out-team fight us. They want to go for Fire Giant, but we feel good because we got 2 Gold Furies already and can play to our third.
Yeah,
here it is. So the Ancient Fury. So once a team has killed 3 Gold Furies, once one team has that final buff, then the Ancient Fury spawns, and it is much, much spookier than your typical Gold Fury. They wanted something spooky, and we gave it to them. There's no doubt about that. When you kill the Ancient Fury, this will disable enemy towers for 100 and Phoenixes for 180 seconds. So this is the strongest way to end the game.
This is a true alpha.
Yeah, extreme alpha moment.
He said the thing.
Right here.
This is also not exactly the same build version that's going to be in the test
Yeah.
this weekend.
Sure.
So
I also
like,
think
you
that
might see some minor differences.
I also think we updated it to 120 seconds based on feedback as well. So that tooltip might be incorrect.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
so you might see very subtle differences what you'll be playing this weekend. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yes. But this Ancient Fury is now the premier game ender if you want to try and get together and siege as a team. But it doesn't give you combat strength like something like a Fire Giant buff does. So it really adds a whole nother level of macro decision making on the map, which is something that I think Smite players have been asking for a really long time. And it's been playing out really, really well, in my opinion. I think the stacking Gold Furies versus going for Fire Giant has been a really awesome decision.
tough call.
And like you said as well, one team could end up getting the 3 Gold Fury kills, but then the other team who might be behind, they may decide to not fight over Fire Giant, but take the Ancient Fury instead. And that might be their first Gold Fury kill, but they get an extremely powerful objective over it.
Yeah, if you feel like you're stalling because Fire Giant, it's really hard to make ground potentially here, there's a whole other aspect of the game that you can go farm to make progress towards the end game, which just, again, adds different varieties for teams to play around.
All right, well, let's look at our Fire Giant then while
Big
we're here,
boy.
huh?
Yep. Back to pit a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
We've got a new arena here. We've got there's a new feature hidden in the back of the arena there. There's an interactable.
Another interact.
Yeah, another interactable that you can.
This one, I enjoy using this one a lot.
Yeah, this one opens actually allows you to temporarily change the Fire Giant.
Oh,
arena
that's
at a new
sick.
path, but it does a little bit of damage to you.
It does.
Opens.
It
It's a
costs
little
you
bit of a cost.
10% of your maximum health.
Yeah, we wanted to
utilize
experiment with that a little bit. But yeah, the Fire Giant himself, he may look familiar, but he's gotten a lot of polish like a lot of our other characters in the game.
He
And he's
looks
got
so
some
sick.
new abilities. So he has the Magma Slam.
You're going to get owned here.
Knock
Oh
away.
yeah, I'm absolutely gonna get destroyed. I need to walk out of here. Hold on, we're God, real quick.
There we go.
You saw the Magma Slam there. That was that big warm-up circle in front of him that'll knock you away. And that will also spread out these 3 additional boulders, which will do more bonus damage. He also has the Ragnarok's Fury, similar one that you know from Smite 1. This one's very necessary to make sure everyone who's fighting
That's
Fury
right
takes
here.
damage. So yeah, this will float over people who take damage, and it does more damage if it's just you. And then we have the Fire Blast, which is this really large warm-up cone area, and then it has a really long, persistent, like, burning area that
That's
you
a
don't
big
want
area,
to stand
too.
in. Yeah, so this causes the whole very raid mechanic-y, right? Right.
It gets
everybody
so hectic.
rotate. Yeah.
Yep.
It also, that field persists after the Fire Giant dies. So, like, the
It
most.
lasts its full duration, right?
Yeah. So there's been a lot of times where, like, you're doing a Fire Giant fight, you even take it, but then the cone is cutting off the players like who want its like escape path.
Right.
So now they're actually in a
Positioning your
really bad
aggro
spot.
direction matters a lot in this version of Smite, which is a really strong skill that high level supports and who take the Gold Fury master. It matters even more now.
Yeah.
And also there's some interesting spicy changes to the buff. First of all, you might notice it looks
those
different.
Those effects are so sick.
He's on fire.
So we wanted the he's on fire feel. We wanted this really cool visual for Fire Giant that just made you feel powerful, fit the thematic goals like we have almost in the old Smite 1 cinematic.
I love it so
Yeah.
much.
a
And
hella
it
back.
stacks better than 2 belts and just a bunch of buff belts on people,
Yep.
Like, it's still very clear. You can tell when a team is on fire. You can tell when a player's on fire. And it also has some unique mechanics, too. So now, every time the Fire Giant dies, the strength, intelligence, protections you get from it get stronger.
Yes.
Yep.
So you get strength, intelligence, and healing and mana regeneration the first kill. But then every kill after that, it gets protections and increasing protections, and it increases the strength amount. It does not increase the healing, I believe, because that would just be probably too OP. But like I said, anything is open to change.
Hey, if it
feels
does,
right.
let us know.
AJ said that, like,
feedback.
we're sure about that. Like, I think.
Is that right?
I mean, we're still making a lot of changes to the game as we go, right?
Oh, yeah.
Every day.
These types of things open to discussion. But
Oh, you can
those
do
are
the thing?
I believe the exciting pieces on the Fire Giant.
No,
I haven't
missed the
realized
most
how sick
exciting
this
thing
looked.
about this.
Oh no, you're gonna show this part. Okay.
Uh,
I actually don't know what happens here.
What's the cooldown? You don't know?
No, I've never
What's the
seen it.
cooldown on it, Paul?
I actually don't know.
Oh, you might have to stand here for a while.
I just stay for a while, but
talk about XP
I'm just saying,
rules while
if this door closes on you, it might not be good for you. So maybe just pay attention to when it's closing.
I believe it just kills you.
That is so awesome. I love that. when
It
it
just
does.
executes you.
That's incredible.
So watch out for the doors closing on you.
I hope someone pushes someone. In
I've died
right?
twice to that in playtests.
There's a lot of stuff on this map. We didn't get into all the detail. We wanted to call it real quick. There are XP rules. Splitting works the same as in Smite 1, and there is a lowest level XP split. So you have to split with a teammate, but if you're the lowest level, you'll get 45% bonus. Just want to shout out to the environment art and the level design team. There's a lot going on, behind the
Super
scenes here to
shout
just
outs. Yeah.
make everything look amazing, make things look performant, completely new lighting systems, completely new texture systems in Unreal. We're talking a lot about gameplay today, but there's deep dives to talk about a lot more of this other stuff.
We had one with Christian last week that came out.
Oh, hell yeah.
lighting, yeah.
Dude, I love the way the water goes like down from the top and then enters into those like designated spots there, and there's a little bit of spill out. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
there's
Ooh, the crab. That's where you went this time.
where is
Wait,
he?
what?
Oh, there he is.
No way.
He's hiding on top of that.
I actually had no idea.
That's where I'd be if I were him.
He's bounced around a little bit.
That's
There's a lot of
where he is
some
today.
Easter eggs. Allied and Finch are also on this map.
course.
People, this is the #1 question I probably get when talking about Conquest. Infamy system, jungle mechanics, all this stuff. No, they want to know, and they are there. Of course, it was
Yes.
very important to
Always.
us as a team to make sure that's
There's
there
Allied.
too.
Yep.
Any final shout outs to the map? There's some new visual effects to highlight backdoor protections or immunity of structures or
Yep,
Titan.
the shield.
There's,
Pon, can you just speed and show off chaos a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
that go into the danger zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to the danger zone. So here's what the Chaos team will see.
Oh,
So you got a fiery portal in the background over there.
Nice.
With some really cool shadowing. You got the just like completely different base aesthetic. It's open on the top. You got the Titan back there.
Those huge axes.
Yeah, I like those like bone tusks and stuff in the back.
Yeah.
Those are-
There's just so much cool art on that. I guarantee you there's going to be some people who hop into a match and the first thing they're going to do is miss a wave because they're looking at all this cool stuff.
Oh yeah, this is so good. Well, yeah, that's Conquest, everyone. Super excited for everyone to hop in, but let's talk
This is
about
the only game mode in Smite at the time.
Yes, the
Besides
only
our
game mode
practice map
in our
that you
alpha
can
weekend.
enter.
Yes.
And there will just be the one normal conquest queue, and there will be customs
As
available.
well. Yep.
Customs and normal conquest queue. Ranked is planned for later, probably around the beginning of beta.
Ooh, okay. We slam those queues?
Oh yeah, we're
But
slamming them,
MMR
all right.
will be in effect, so you win your matches, you'll start playing against other people who win their matches. If you're
Right.
5-person pub stomping, it won't be long before you're running into the other team that's 5-person pub stomping, and you're gonna see how competitive this game gets real quick.
There we go.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Excited. Well, let's start talking about gods here. We can stay in game as Pon gets gets ready. But
Yeah.
AJ, I'll pass to you. Talk to me about gods in Smite 2 because there are a lot of differences.
Yes, so the high-level goals in Smite 2, again, kind of before we talked about flexibility, right? So we want flexible systems, but we want unique kits. So we've readjusted a lot of the strength and int, the base stat system are adjusted to make sure that each god's unique abilities is really their special feature and what shines the most. Each god should bring something new to a team, either it be one big feature or a combination or a unique combination of smaller ones. So what we've done is made base stats and items and other systems support this. Some of the ways that we've done that is the strength and int system we've already talked about, so you can build different builds, all builds, and many characters can benefit from both builds in some way. You could even go max strength, ADC, Anubis, even though he doesn't really have much.
I did it
ability.
once.
Yeah,
I've tried it
I
as
saw
well.
once
I've tried
in
it before.
playtest. It was okay.
Yeah, lifesteal
Oh, yeah.
ADC and is not bad.
True.
And another big thing to mention is the base stats. We've done a very big rebalance of base stats to make all of the gods' base stats actually a lot more similar to each other.
Right.
So being a tank does not have such a massive default advantage as being a tank did in Smite 1. So if you want to play a support, ranged intelligence support, you can do that better than ever now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what matters about that kit is that what your kit has, what does it bring to the table? If there's a big AoE CC on that traditional DPS kit, it might make a really meta support as well.
Yep.
So we wanted to make sure our god designs always allowed for that opportunity. The other big change was we always make sure that something new to explore for each Smite 2 kit. Some of these have more than others. A lot of these gods are ones that I think generally everybody loves, everybody likes, have felt really balanced a lot of our first gods. But, as we get into the future, there might be gods that need bigger reworks. There might be gods that get bigger changes. You'll even see today a couple gods getting complete ability reworks.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Some other gods just getting new stuff added. But we wanted something new to explore for everyone. Things like ADC Zeus or Crit Ymir from just the system alone are amazing, but then there's also a lot of individual ability changes too. And we're going to highlight all of that in just a moment.
Yeah, that's right. So as we get ready to go in game here, AJ, you hinted at it earlier, but God text.
This is a feature I've wanted personally for a really long time, and I know the ambassadors, Olympians who've worked with us over the years have also wanted a really long time. So we have a completely new description system that allows for short and long modes. So the general intent for the Alpha 1 is the short description is as short as possible. It's a very straightforward, functional, no flavor, no nonsense, tells you what the ability does, and it only gives you the relevant gameplay variables too, specifically the scaling amount. That was another thing that people always were curious about, is what stat should I be buying to make this stronger? So that's all that shows up in the short. But then you can right-click. So you have to press Alt
That's
now.
right. Can we go in game and
show
check it out? Yeah.
So for PC, you'll need to press Alt to hover over your abilities to read this, as opposed to the K screen. If you press K, there's a little reminder text, I think, or we're adding that to help you remember what to do. And for consoles, you can D-pad up to navigate over these as well. You can read each ability, or you can hover over your god's face to read your passive. And every ability has that button to expand or collapse to give you more details. When you expand, you get a whole bunch of very specific, functional, long description bullet points to help clarify additional things, tell you projectile pass-through rules, tell you immunity rules, things that were always hidden from players in Smite 1. As you can tell, I'm just so stoked.
so stoked.
Sorry not to curse on
I love the color coding here.
Yeah.
And we have color coding to show. We have color coding for soft CC, hard CC, damage, buffs, debuffs to show you like what's damage, what's buff, what's debuff. We have unique CC icons to help you see all that. We have range, radiuses, cooldowns. We have multiple ranges and radius for things that have multiple things.
Yeah.
Like, we tried to, for the long description, be like, everything you might want to know is in the long description. But for the short descriptions, people can just get a really quick look, and it'll default to short, and you can toggle between them. So
It's been great. Like literally just yesterday, I was like, I need to know this small detail. And I was like, oh, I'm in game right now. Let me just check out the long description instead of alt tabbing and going into like my spreadsheets.
yeah, we've been using that a lot. They are pretty definitive as much as we can. And please, feedback on them. If you feel like something's missing, let us know. We're already thinking about ways to improve this system, keep adding to it, maybe adjusting the color coding. So we've already got a lot of ideas, but we still love to hear yours. So let's see. Okay. What are you going to read next?
Yeah, we're going to go into, before we hop into On here, he's of course at the top of the list, but definitely want to list out all the gods available in Alpha Weekend 1. There are 14 of them. So of course, On here, as you see on screen,
You got it.
Anubis, Athena, Bacchus, Bellona, Kernanos, Chak, Fenrir, Kukulkan, Loki, Neith, Odin, Ymir, and Zeus. Going to be our first
it is.
Sounds right.
14 playable characters in Smite 1 Alpha, but I did want to address the elephant
Someone
in the room.
might be missing,
or the sorceress in the room. Hecate. Hecate is not going to be in Alpha Weekend 1. AJ, did you want to kind of go over a little bit of the thought process and the decision there?
Yeah, we're taking some more time to cook,
There we go.
as the kids say.
Let us cook, baby.
We really we've been doing testing. We wanted to take that seriously.
Yeah.
We wanted to show people that we're serious about that, but also she did just need the time. We have had internal play testing and just the reactions to the deep dive and social comments. We saw all of it.
All of it. All of it.
I read
See
it all personally and internalized it and felt it. But we really just wanted to make sure we make a really cool character.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of cool things we still wanted to do that we were running out of time. I don't want to make excuses or make complaints. We just have lots of cool stuff coming to the game. We're going to take some more time on this one to make sure it's awesome. We are building this entire game from scratch, remaking everything. So making a brand new god on top of that was a very different experience than making a new god in Smite 1.
Yep.
So we are learning a lot as a team, and the community is already helping us with that. So Hecate's going to be absent for a little while, but she will return hopefully cooler than ever.
That's right. Yep. Just keep an eye out on social media. We'll have more news and info when we're ready to talk about Hecate in a little bit more detail. But until then, just let us cook.
All there is to it.
That's right. All right, let's talk about gods. Let's go back in game and let's check out On here. And we're going to kind of keep it casual here. We're not going to go over every single ability in depth, but we're just going to go through the kit. And we did want to take some time to talk about some of the unique to Smite 2 aspects of all the gods. So of course here, On her looking sick here. That ultimate is insane.
So, like you mentioned, we don't need to talk about the fact that he looks better than ever, he sounds better than ever, and all those beautiful things are
Got a bit
received
of a
from all the
remodel,
gods.
too.
Yep, exactly. On her's main changes is a lot of it is on the shifting sands, where one, the closer you are to the shifting sands, actually the heavier that actually effect is. Two, you can cancel it early, kind of like we did for Ymir's wall.
Well, that's three things, unfortunately. So
yeah.
It does end the start the cooldown early as well.
Yes.
So ending it early is actively high skill ceiling min maxing
There you
this
go.
character
It's
now.
good to know.
And it is strong to do.
And then you can also place the shifting sands behind you a little bit, so that, like, it kind of snaps behind you, so that way, yeah, there you go. So you don't have to turn around and do that. You can literally just do that while you're
If you're
walking
fleeing,
forward.
it's very good.
It's super useful. The other thing, as we mentioned before, the ultimate has a different pacing to it, and it's more weighted towards the back end. So that final hit will be a little bit larger and deal more damage. And man, has this been super satisfying to use in the test.
It feels so good.
Right.
I love it.
The anticipation of that final shot, and it's got more range now than it used to have, and that has felt really, really strong for him. On her is truly feeling better than ever.
Oh yeah.
Between being able to manipulate your pillar a little bit better, your pillar being even stronger in general, and then this ultimate is just crazy.
Look at those effects on that pillar fade in and fade out too.
Yeah.
You know.
Whole team was cooking.
All right.
All right.
I wish we could spend an hour.
Yeah.
on
No,
it,
right?
but we
AJ,
got
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
I got to
stuff.
throw to you for Goobus.
Oh, we're gonna. Okay, yeah.
have to.
Sure. I'll take it. Well,
Just real quick, just the super temp. Obviously, we're in switch class and doing command stuff, so passive meter stuff like that. They're overriding on
Yes.
top of each other. Vision slots, stuff like that. Stuff that would be there in normal games, we can address.
a lot of that is specified on the patch notes too.
Yep,
Which
yep.
characters are intentionally missing passive meters or have temp passive meters? Which characters don't have updated icons yet? We do intend to update all of that.
Yeah.
For everyone. So if it's not there, and you're also getting a little bit of a
little bit,
preview build, so you're seeing some things that won't be in the alpha. But yeah, good looking out, Clumsy. All right, so Goobus, let's see the kit first.
I love that new ultimate animation.
All right, so the main new things for Nubis are, one, he's got a brand new passive, the scales. So his passive is a bit of a callback to a Smite 1 item. For every 10% of HP he loses, he gets additional lifesteal and protections. So he just gets harder to kill and more threatening as he gets lower. Now his Smite 1 passive just gave him a massive soup of stats, and this will be a little bit more relevant when we get into the item section, but we are doing a lot of base stat adjustments and stat availability adjustments, overall some power creep resets and some item stat bloat, and in which case that requires the gods to get a bit of that too. So like some things might look like, oh, that's a very like maybe a more specific set of stats or stats in a different number, but they are generally really powerful in the new context.
Yes.
Specifically lifesteal, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Him being able to get this additional bonus lifesteal for free is really strong. And him getting that extra protections makes him hard to take down even when he's max DPS build. The other big change is the ultimate. Had a similar rework to On Her, except the big change with Anubis is his is front loaded. So if you watch closely, that first hit of that burst does a significantly larger tick of damage. What is it, like a 6x ticks? We calculated it out to do as much damage as it would have done if he was just ticking the whole time the animation takes.
Right.
Yep.
So instead you get that first upfront burst. It makes it really important, and it makes it really valuable to just hit those wrap combos.
Yep.
He's got some other fun little things, like Mummify now does damage, and it scales up strength,
Yep.
Right.
and it does physical damage.
Yep. I did a build with this,
you want
and
a
I won the
build?
game.
Did your team win the game too, or just you?
I was doing damage because, again, like we'll get into it when we get to items, but there is a lifesteal physical item that actually is very good to splash on him because it just actually helps him do the surviving that he wants to do more often.
Every god's basic attacks, whether they deal magical or physical damage, have 100% strength scaling
Yep.
and 20% int scaling. So if you buy full strength on Goobus, your basic attacks are hitting just as hard
Yep.
as any strength character. It's just the things in their kit that make them have attack speed stims or protection shred that essentially make them even better carries. But that's,
Hey, if you stun, you get like 2 free crits.
it doesn't mean you can't carry Goobus. Some of these builds are memes, but we wanted to have more meme builds and more viable builds.
Player creativity,
I don't think
right?
you can't have more viable builds without also having more meme builds.
True.
Right?
True.
Like, those things go together.
All right, let's talk about Athena now, the goddess of wisdom. Pond's gonna get us set up here.
Yep.
Take it away, Pon. This is one
Oh, yeah.
we're working on.
Yep. So Athena, the first big thing that you're going to notice is with reach. Actually, we'll just go through the kit real quick. Go through all that stuff. We'll get to mid lane. Things should look pretty familiar here. We got reach the passive, charge in, hit. We got taunt, which the bots will not taunt. So
But they're taunted.
yes, they are taunted.
You can see it there.
And then we'll get a
Oh yeah, we need an ally.
Oh, yeah.
120.
Another cool thing you can see as well is that anytime an enemy is hit, you'll see the damage text fly in, and the reason why I'm pointing that out is it has a symbol for physical and magical damage. So right there you can see the little swirls. That's magical damage, which gives you kind of a preview. There's physical damage with the swords.
Nice.
Yep.
Keep an eye on that, everyone.
Yeah, so Athena, the main changes for her are with her ultimate. So her ultimate ability now actually provides an immediate shield to the target, and whenever you actually teleport to a target, when they die in Smite 1, they actually go straight up and down in place. Your Athena does. You actually go to the target, and the main reason we made that change was we wanted to make sure that this ability is meant to save someone on your team, and there's a lot of situations where ulting someone at low health, the mitigations just didn't really help them. They were going to die anyway. Or ulting someone low to try and save them. If they did die, you're now not joining the team fight, and you're unable to help the rest of your team. This just makes the choice much more straightforward, much less metagamey in how you want to try and approach it. You're really using this to really save your teammate, come in their clutch, and then join the team fight and taunt everyone and help in the best ways you can. Aside from that, obviously Reach, a really, really powerful tool in regards to like a Polynomicon jungle build for Athena in Smite 1. Well, it's can crit. And it, again, all basic attacks work off strength. And so we've had builds where Athena is really utilizing that reach to just absolutely throw these huge reaches that just do a ton of damage. And similarly, her 1 actually scales off strength as well. So your charge in and 1 actually can be a really, really high burst combo with strength itemization. So you have a lot of build opportunities available to you.
And the 1 is faster charge now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's true. We also made the 1 a faster charge. You should be able to notice that's a lot quicker of a pacing. And she doesn't turn to a giant ball of light when she dashes. She actually has like a true dash animation, so she's always present on the field, which I think is just a nice touch. We have a lot of these nice touches all over all the god kits, but
Looks really good.
Yeah.
And her shield's like a fidget spinner now.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that. It just rotates. That's sick.
Me as Athena just
I know,
doing
right?
that
Just
all the
spinning the
time.
shield.
Yeah, no way.
Oh, my goodness.
Spammable ability.
It's a
I
small
know,
thing.
right?
We also
DJ
just
Pon is the spin king. He's
Yeah.
always spinning something.
it's been really fun working with the teams and getting also a whole bunch of we should move on, but we also got we got an owl that appears right underneath her, just as like a nice little nod to Athena.
Or tie-in, yep.
Yes.
Just a lot of really small touches all over the place.
I'm
We're
sure
really
players
excited for
will
you guys to
notice
see
this
that.
as they hop in tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's talk about Bacchus. I need a drink, like, you know.
Yo,
Like,
me too. Let's. This is
not one
I'm
of
not gonna make that joke. Anyways, yeah. So Bacchus, he's got a really really cool new mechanic that I'm a huge fan of, and it's based on when he takes a drink. So after he uses Chug, his first ability, his next basic attack is enhanced. It's kind of like a built-in Polynomicon, but it scales off of his protections. So he can build that bruiser tanky playstyle that he's really known for in Smite 1. Of course, you can go any build you want in Smite 2. That's a big point of it. But this is just a way to maintain that present identity of tanky character that also does a good amount of damage. Bacchus really does that really well. I think solo Bacchus, I know Haddix has been playing a ton of it in Smite 1 recently, but I think it's better than ever in Smite 2. He has a lot of good strength and int scaling combos. I believe Belly Flop scales off of strength and does physical damage. He's physically jumping on you, so it doing physical damage makes a lot of sense. And so you can really do some fun stuff with the Belly Flop into enhanced auto combo there that he feels really, really good.
And we've also significantly lowered the post fire on Chug so that you can actually get to that attack a lot faster. I believe it's like even cut in half from what it is in Smite 1.
Yeah.
To really help enable this.
Nice.
all right, Bologna is up next. Our poster girl.
Yes.
Yep. This is one of my favorites, I think.
Yeah, this
Yeah?
she's got some really cool new things. A nice thing to call out while we're running back to the mid lane is that just like the base stats for characters are different now.
Yes.
So keep that in mind. Everyone gets base strength.
Yep.
Strength is what kind of dictates your basic attack damage, even if you don't buy anything. So you do get base strength for that, and that means that strength-based abilities generally have
point.
lower base damage because they're already getting a significant amount of bonus damage scaling. They effectively never have 0 in their scaling component because every god has base strength.
Sure.
And right now in the current build, everyone has the same base strength. So that gives, like I said, a lot of those gods that we were talking about being meme ADCs, or like we've had, I know Pon for sure has stomped a playtest or two as physical jungle Bacchus, similar as you can with Ymir, because belly flop, you can queue up the chug, belly flop on someone, guarantee the hit with the chug. Chug scales up protections, but you still get bonus damage off it, and it's just a hard physical. You can just imagine it's a full hunter physical basic attack.
Yep.
Hitting you, right? So the base stats change in Smite 2 is really unique. And tomorrow, when we have our Dev Insight show,
Ooh, spoiler.
I'm even willing to bring up the spreadsheets on air if
bringing
that's
the
what the
receipts.
people want.
Bringing the receipts.
But we have some really cool stuff to show off in that regard about how base stats have changed, how we clamped them to be more similar to each other.
Yep.
You know, that things that play into that creativity, flexibility, skill seeing, skilling, and competitive goals we have.
Yep.
And another thing to note as well is that, like, obviously we're in the alpha state, as we've said it several times. There's a lot of things that are changing. There's a lot of things that are changing rapidly. Whether it's, you know, Zeus ADC, we're just calling that out. I was like, maybe Zeus ADC is stronger than Zeus magical, and maybe there's basically what I'm trying to say is there's imbalances that we are going to be ironing out over time, that we're going to be tweaking over time. There's going to be a lot of things, whether it's the items, the gods, the map, right, gold, XP. There's a lot of things that we're going to be constantly be tweaking. So if you see something that feels,
Sorry, are you saying that we might not have balanced the game from the very start?
my gosh.
It might not be.
All right, Aggro, I'm going to cut you off. We're ready to go back to the game. I want to see
Hold on, I'm
Bologna.
getting
Let's
a
go,
message
let's
from
go.
production to shut up.
oh yeah,
Speaking of alpha, the passive meters stacking on top of each other there, that was what reason the issue was. So obviously not an issue that you've run into, but
Funny.
that was what was happening there.
So Bologna, let's see the kit.
oh yeah. Valorant is one of those takeaway ones of like everything just looks so damn good.
So the main new feature for Bologna is her passive. So
Yep.
She still builds it up by gaining stacks by attacking, but now she gets a specific unique stat for each weapon stance she's in. So you get the movement speed, or if you want to bring up the full tooltips because it's a lot of stats, but you get the movement speed for or sword and shield will give you protections or both protections. Hammer gives you percent strength.
yes.
That's
So if
good.
you want to go full damage Bologna, and Scourge gives attack speed, and all basic attack stances still give the movement speeds for stack.
Correct.
The really cool tech here is that it transfers as you change stats. So you can
Yep.
build up your stacks, and then when you change stances, you will be now max stacks, getting the benefit of whatever your stance you're now in. So you always get the movement speed, but then you can switch between the three. So it makes being in her stance and fighting even more impactful and more important than it was in Smite 1.
Right.
There, you already have they still have their unique triggers, the cleave damage, the heal, the building up of block stacks, but you also have those additional buffs on top of it.
Yeah, I think the heal on the 3 changed a little bit as well, right? It doesn't require 3 hits. Now you just get a little bit on every hit.
Yep.
That's true.
Small adjustments like that.
Yeah, a lot of balance adjustments. The reflect damage on her block stacks on her shield bash now are protection scaling damage.
Right.
Yep.
So the tankier you build Bologna, the more damage you'll reflect, the more Thornsy you'll be.
Yeah, she has that kind of identity as the anti-in-hander, where she's really, really good at stopping you doing that. And if she wants to build into that, she is very good at doing that.
Yeah, I just think, you know, her character, her character fantasy is that she's this master of all these weapons, right? And now you feel like you already have the different in-hand chain for each weapon, but now getting different stats based on which weapon you have equipped makes you really feel like you are mastering your inventory as you're
Yeah, it's
playing
very
in a way
thematic.
that we didn't have before.
Nice.
All right, who's
Cool.
next?
We saw a lot of Kernanos earlier, but can go a little bit more in depth and talk a little bit more about what's going on with Kernanos here.
I want to commend you all first on not using any class names so far. That's very impressive, team.
Oh,
yeah.
We didn't even talk about
yeah, I
that,
haven't
did we?
even-
We put this on the patch notes, but we were going to mix it into the God segment here, but there are
Right.
no classes. No class labels.
I don't
in
see class.
Smite 2. we didn't want again, as we said, we didn't want to specifically box characters into specific roles. The class system has benefits. You know, we liked it, but as a place to start something new, as a place to try something new, we wanted to do this where they don't have specific roles, specific classes anymore. Instead, they have a couple keyword tags. There's an example in patch notes. There's a couple keyword tags of what are the kind of features that God excels at, and you'll pay attention to their basic attacks, you know, being ranged or melee or magical or physical, and then you'll pay attention to their general offensive and defensive potential and base stats. Kind of that's all like high level summarized. So we're specifically avoiding using that term here now, trying it out, getting used to it. It's a little tricky at first, but we think the creativity is going to pay off. So
No classes in Smite 2.
no classes in Smite 2.
Don't need them.
So, okay, let's see the Kernanos kit, and then Clumsy can tell us about the cool features.
Yeah, Kurnos' passive is where the most of the changes happen here, so we can pull that up as well.
It's the passive.
Or the passive on the one.
On the one.
Sorry, I get that one. You want to take it away, Adrian?
You want me to go this one? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So like, the main thing is just like there's a big rework for scaling
Oh, it's so pretty.
across the whole kit. Kurnos is a true hybrid ranged attacker. He can get his ability 2 and his ability 4 deal magical damage and have int scaling. His ability 1 has a bit of mixed scaling, but generally, you know, people benefit a lot of just building physical for the summer damage for a true carry kit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then also the 3 is a physical damage with strength scaling. So it's split kit.
Yeah, and the two it does also have strength scaling. So the initial hit scales off strength and intelligence, but the area scales off intelligence. If you want to go more mage-like, where you can have better clear, you want to be going more intelligence focus and using Bramble Blast. But the direct hit is still a very strong strength scaling ability.
So there's a couple cool things on this kit. The first one is the effect of how we can use scaling to scale utility effects, like on Shifter of Seasons. So generally, you would only see scalings on damage in Smite 1. But in this ability alone, you see a protection debuff gets it more potent off of intelligence scaling, as does a slow amount. So you actually slow gods more slowly if you've got intelligence.
Yeah, they get slowed the same speed, but then they're slower.
And you know, and we did away with a lot of heal scaling in Smite 1,
Yeah.
but now we're using it as kind of like a way to encourage building intelligence on gods that may not build it.
Yeah, that's
to
actually
spec
really
into it,
yeah, that's a really good point, because previously one reason that we didn't was if a character scales off physical power and you give them physical power scaling, well, now they're becoming tankier while also building the damage.
That's
stat, and
just
that was-
free healing.
Yeah, it's just free healing, right? Whereas now we can go, hey, you're a mostly physical scaling character, or we can give you this heal scaling in context of a more ability-focused kit. The fact that we can freely use these different scaling factors means that we have a lot more flexibility to actually let you, if you want to go high healing so that you can sustain in fights, we can actually let you build towards that rather than potentially breaking kit design.
It's also a lot of fun when like you have hybrid items or your supports or utility effects where like they give you a stat that you might not primarily benefit from. So for example, in this case, maybe your support's getting a spoiler for like Triton's Conscience, providing you intelligence, and it's making your heal stronger, even though you didn't necessarily opt into that playstyle yourself.
We've never really had the concept in Smite 1 of like, oh, this god can just like build differently and then a part of their kit gets suddenly way better.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that is a common theme in a lot of other MOBA style games and other multiplayer games. And like now it's like, if you really want to build like a high int support Kurnos, like you can do that because you're going to be healing yourself for a lot more. You're going to be dealing, because this is a flat heal plus bonus healing on
Yep.
It's not lifesteal on his one anymore. You're going to be slowing people, shredding people a lot harder, and you can combine that naturally into a kind of bruiser tanky build like you would see in Smite 1. That was just something that wasn't possible in Smite 1. So that's something that's really cool here. And one final note on Kurnos is too that like Kurnos also was a bit of like he just does everything too well. And so like everything had to be super undertuned to like get him balanced. So kind of splitting his kit kind of forces him to choose. Like if he's all in ADC, which he is one of the best ADCs because of all of his procs and in-hand synergies.
And just be able to shred.
Now it's going to weaken his abilities a little bit because those are int abilities. But it's not as big of a nerf maybe as I'm playing it up to be, because we also intend to really support hybrid strength int builds in Smite 2, and you'll see some really cool items, and Kurnos is one of the primary users
I was
of
going
some
to
of
say,
those
speaking
items.
of hybrid strength and builds, let's talk about Chalk.
Good segue.
Yeah, I was just like, nice. There we go. Nice.
Move it along, designers.
I'm
move it
using
along.
these run back to lanes as time to talk about more high level god goals that we didn't get at the beginning.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Well, the hybrid Chalk, I think some of our friends and family playtesters are like terrified.
One of the
now.
most flexible buildable characters in Smite 2, because you can build him like full tank, you can build him like super high int, and the character plays differently. The kit actually feels different depending on what you get. He was a good jungler in Smite 1 too, right? Just off this kit and strength scaling.
Create off those
Still
like
do
really
that.
huge attack chains.
Yeah. So he has a really cool flexibility.
Yeah, Chalk's main change is something that we wanted to approach in Smite 1 in so many different ways, but now we've got the opportunity in Smite 2, which is throwing that axe. Well, you can press that ability again to actually recall it early, so it's no longer going to have any issues with your torrent. If you want to use a 1-2 combo, you can still do that. But now, if you don't want to actually teleport, you're using your 2 while your axe is deployed. Well, you just call that axe first, and then you can do your 2 in place.
Feels a lot better.
So you can throw it out here. You're fighting this dude. You cancel it.
Yeah.
You can now freely spin. I've
Yeah,
used this
examples,
feature
it's
every
so
time I
nice.
play him.
It's also just like makes like juking the opponent so much better, right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, if you want to throw it over here, well, it's the mind games. Like I may go there, I may not. Now I actually have that choice.
Skill ceiling component, quality of life component.
Quality of life. Yep. There's a little bit of change on his passive as well, where now he gets just a tiny bit of heal as well when he procs that cooldown reduction.
Yep.
And Rain Dance and hybrid scaling. So
Yeah. So going back on that, he has a lot more in scaling on his utility. So kind of like we saw in Cernos, you have some in scaling here for his heals. It's
Oh, and the torrent protection.
the torrent protections one. That one's
Also
really
awesome.
interesting
Yeah.
too. So there's going to be not just damage and these healing effects that we've seen maybe in Smite 1 scale, but now there's utility effects that are going to be changing based on your scaling as well. So we really want to play around with that. We really want to play around with we're trying strength and intelligence. Maybe we'll play off of different types of scalings in the future too.
All right, let's talk about Fenrir up next.
Yeah.
And I'll throw to you. Oh, did you?
I got to no. While we're running, I'm just
we're
gonna say
running,
stuff. We saw there at the brief end, you saw in the tooltip, Chalk used the word displace.
Yes,
A
that's
lot
right.
of times people in Smite 1 would get confused about the term knockback, which was like the umbrella term for the
Knockback,
CC,
knock
but
up,
that included
knock
knockback,
away.
knock up, knock away, grab, pull, etc. Now we're just going to use the word displace to describe all of those, and then in the long description we'll tell you which direction, which style of
it is,
displacement
displacement immune.
it is.
Yep.
So yeah, this kit.
Guys, I'm gonna
No
be honest
next
with
God Fenrir memes though.
I know,
Yeah, the
right?
first patch.
He's here.
you.
Travis,
Oh no, such a
Travis,
loss.
what a
Oh,
mistake.
man.
I
Yeah.
think Fenrir is my favorite looking update for
Yeah.
Smite 2 gods. This buff alone, like on the 2, just insane.
Yeah,
I love
that's
the
crazy.
glowing chains.
So the main change that you're going to see on Fenrir is we wanted to really encourage that builder spender playstyle of his passive, which unfortunately all the meters are stacking, so you can't quite see his passive meter super clearly. But every ability now, if you're not at 5 runes, is a builder. So your 1, if you successfully hit a god, will give you runes. Your 2 already gives you runes. Your 3, every brutalized tick will give you a rune. And your ultimate will just immediately max you out. So if you are not at full runes, each ability can get you there a lot quicker. Other than that, the spending style is very, very similar. It's basically the same, but we just want to accelerate that loop a lot more effectively. Additionally, some subtle changes like there's full damage on Brutalize for the AoE, which also really helps with wave clear, especially we noticed as we were having like the smaller Harpy camp. That was a nice touch. And then probably the most meme, potentially really breaking thing. We'll see. You guys are going to have fun with it.
Break the game.
Brutalize can now crit and trigger the in-hand item effects as well as ability effects. So
Pins brutalize.
Hins brutalize,
brutalize.
crit brutalize, Braggy's heart brutalize. There's a lot of.
Haven't seen that item yet.
You haven't seen that item yet. But you'll get there. You'll get there. This is really, really cool. It was something that was on his initial kit when he was first released. And we feel like we have the balance tuning knobs now that we can bring this back. And it could just be a fun, different playstyle for him where you can really burst people down with Brutalize, but you're going to be squishy going for it versus a more tanky, bruisery style playstyle for Fenrir. So just a ton of fun stuff here that you can have in Brutalize.
There's a lot of, look at all the long description. Look at all that
Yeah.
juicy information there.
Look at the new ability
tells you
art
the-
as well.
The hit time and the duration of the channel.
Yeah, it's just a ton of really cool information here.
All right, who's next?
Cuckoo.
Yeah,
The danger noodle.
Kukulkan. Yes, always one of the mid lane favorites. Kukulkan, very straightforward kit, wants to just hit his line skill shots and deny some area with Whirlwind. That playstyle is still there. The only big differences for him in Smite 2, now his passive only counts item mana, so you have to be a little bit more intentional in order to get the most out of this very, very strong but easy to use passive. And something really, really cool
Oh man,
is now, well, first of all, the effects, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did kind of a whole kind of color thematic shift with Kukulkan to make him feel like he had a more unique identity. With Smite 1, it was actually kind of like intended to be like realistic wind, which was just kind of like gray or almost even invisible in a lot of places.
Yep.
And a lot of like strobing effects that were a little hard on the eyes. So there was a big kind of color theme change here.
Yeah, speaking of little change there, you see the AO2 normally blue, but when he steps inside his whirlwind, it turns red. And that's because if you use your 2 while inside your own tornado, instead of getting your movement speed buff that, cleanses slows, all that kind of stuff, now we're missing us with all this survivability crap. It's just damage. It's a dash that does damage and slows. It doesn't have the movement speed afterwards, so it's a much more aggressive option. but it allows you to really try and do that burst combo for Cuckoo really, really well. It really catches people off guard, and just having something conditional that is, you know, a little bit more narrow, I think is a really, really cool way for experienced Kukulkan players to flex their knowledge and their ability to get the most out of a kit. So I'm excited for us to do more abilities like this that are more niche, more conditional, but powerful when you get the right opportunity to use it.
This one was just also fun, and it's one of those stories where it's like, hey, you know, we wanted to do more interesting things for these gods, and then we was like, oh, you know, Kukulkan, we can do stuff for the passive, and then like AJ and Pawn one day was like, let's just do this, and I was just like listening to their conversation while working things on the side. I'm like, we're doing what? And like a week later, it's in the game, and I'm like, oh, sick, this is awesome.
Faster than that with
Yeah.
all of our cool
Yeah, it was like the
new,
next day or
tools
something
like
thanks
that.
to the
Yeah,
Unreal
right.
Engine
Just like-
5.
I know, right?
Based on testing, based on like the new things that we can do, just like, yeah, we just got it in, which is awesome.
That's awesome. All right, Loki is up next. To much joy or
God,
dismay,
everybody loves to hate.
depending on who you are. Yeah.
So, like, people might notice that he is maybe the only god that's. We have Fenrir too. So, like, there's a little. Those are the two probably default junglers. But I do want to just call it out to encourage people to try jungling on some of those other gods. Ymir can do it.
Athena
Kronos
can do it.
Athena can do it. So, like. It
Jungle.
doesn't have to be Loki mirrors every game, but I know a lot of people are. I mean, Loki is just super popular and super fun, so we're probably going to see a lot of it. So, are you going to demo the kit on the jungle here for us, Pon Pon?
Well, I want to try to
setting up
get
the,
him to fire, but I don't know if I can do that in this environment. So you might not be able to see,
Bots shoot should work.
not in the environment we're specifically in.
Okay, that's fair. So there's one new feature of Loki that we might not be able to demo today, but let's just demo the kit. Beautiful. So a lot of familiar pieces here, but some couple cool new ones is first of all, Vanish will completely reset its cooldown after a successful kill.
Yep.
So you
On
can
a god.
stealth in, stealth out. Yes, God. And it's a
Go in, kill a minion.
Hold on. Not kill or assist.
Right, just kill.
So like you can actually stealth
selfish
in,
god.
stealth out now.
Yep. So now you can see I have cooldowns on, so it's on cooldown. We kill, I immediately get a stealth.
Ooh, we can even
Very
talk
cool.
about those death effects, which are super sick.
Right, we do have new death effects that we felt like would be more responsive, more
they look so
specific and
good.
unique.
Those accolade icons looking slick too.
Yeah.
And all this stuff is like, I mean, accolades. This is the first version of accolades. We're already working on
Yes.
future versions on the functionality, but yeah, already looking cool. Thank you for killing many gods as Loki. The other one that we were talking about was a blind. We've changed the way
Right.
the blind works. It now kind of puts more of a shadow dome over a blinded character visually, kind of like Xbalanque does.
Yeah.
Yes.
This Loki blind was very noisy, visually noisy, kind of like, uncomfortable to a lot of people. So like we were trying to think of something that had a more specific gameplay effect
Yep.
and a more consistent and less grating visual style. You'll also see some thematics like the ability 2 is a little bit more shadowy themed now instead of the neon green. And I will also call it, like, for people who are going to look into these gods really closely in the alpha, which is obvious that we do have a known issues list for a couple gods in the bottom. Some of the way the Loki alt changed around there's no cripple on his ultimate right now. We hadn't made that CC yet at the time shipping this build. We have to make everything, in some order from scratch. So that didn't exist in the game yet. So those are things, and the attachment rules, some of the more complex
tech.
programming stuff. These are listed on the known issues for Loki, as well as like backstab, custom numbers, things like that. So check out that section when you get there. And I just feel like he's a good god to mention that on while we're here.
Yep. All right, let's take a look at Neath now.
Another god with a very big playstyle change.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think this character is a int mid character first now.
Sure. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I can see her being played in both. Starting right off. Yeah.
What?
Leap can now go over walls.
Backflip over
Player created ones, or
As long as you have a
environmental ones.
valid landing.
I had to show it
location
off that
at
way.
the-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Through the big window. Love it, Pawn.
And so Neath, yeah, like we said, she's one of those gods that definitely took the hybrid role and was a little bit more serious about it. The 3 is one of those ones where we'll also be doing magical damage in the 2 as well. Spirit Arrow is going to be hybrid. Ulti is going to be a hybrid. other things there. So we wanted to take Neith, and we know she's going to be a pretty popular god. She's one where she has like a play style that's basic and easy to understand, and it's where we want to take the skill floor and skill ceiling, and really wanted to make sure that we create a little bit more depth to character, but we don't necessarily alienate the players who love her. Right. And so one of the big changes that we did is around her passive and around her weave. So her 2 now, Unravel, is going to be the weave generator. Whenever she uses this, she'll always create 1 weave in the center of the deployable and 1 weave per god that she hits as well. Her 3, her 1 or 2, that combo's still there. That'll be there to explode the weaves, and you can explode all of them. And her 3 now is not the weave generator, it's also a weave spender, and it can blow up those weaves in the exact same way. So the weave explosion is now kind of the passive itself, and we want to make sure that she has a gameplay that's more based around weaves. I mean, she's like the Weaver of Fate. We need her to play around with that gameplay a little bit more. So she also gains a stacking buff based on weave explosions. You can see that on the buff bar as well, stacking up to 3 times.
And so
Intelligence and
generally,
attack speed.
abilities will only deal like 1 type of damage. Not all the time. Some places they're split, like we showed Kernino. So like Neith has some abilities that deal magical or physical damage, but then she can benefit off of both intelligence and strength in certain scalings and in certain amounts.
Yes.
So you can still build traditional carry Neith and get some strength scaling on most or all of her abilities.
Most of her.
But then if you build high int Neith, you can really just be focusing on dropping weaves and blowing them up and more of a ranged nuker, and not really using your basic attacks nearly as much.
Right.
And it's still very viable, and it powers up the abilities a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that spamming bots really had
the bots have a very long
a
name.
rough effect on that tab screen.
Yeah, I remember the first time I played Neith, I tried to 3-1 do the old combo.
Yeah,
I don't know about this, man.
Yep,
Like,
there was a lot of concern about that.
Yeah, this is fun.
It's so core, and then 2 games in, I was like, oh man, the 2-1 combo it's so much. You don't have to use your escape. You're not
and that's a
backing
big one.
yourself up.
We were thinking about that.
It's
We're
so
like,
easy.
why is her escape the thing that creates like the opportunities in lane and in field? That's kind of just a trap for casual players as well. For experienced players, like you wouldn't need to utilize.
Yeah,
like,
those are
your
things we
movement.
often ended up reworking in Smite 1 because of community feedback over time.
Yeah,
Right.
And
And
now
if you're
you're
running away, you 2 your feet, then
and
turn
then you
backflip, and it roots
feels
the enemies behind you. It feels so
This character's skill ceiling definitely higher.
Oh yeah.
Yes, much higher.
I mean, we played around with a
really
lot of
cool.
stuff. The ulti used to drop a weave as well, and then we realized that's broken as hell. So
Yeah, you can do that, and that would immediately kill the person.
Yeah.
Shout outs to the alpha playtesters.
There we
again,
go.
And shout outs to
was good.
FEMA making change.
Yep, and another thing that changed there as well is the ulti used to be stealthed inside stealth bushes during that time, and now you're revealed because you're in an active channeling state. So you can't just hide inside a bush, ulti 1 to blow up a weave and destroy that one person. But there's still a lot of fun stuff there.
Yeah, and that's an important rule for all characters, like channeling. You don't just want to be hit with a giant invisible area, someone who's channeling. Like, that just looks weird and wrong. Oh, well.
All right,
Okay,
we're
who's
on to
next?
Odin next.
Okay.
Odin time.
Odin.
I mean, we're gonna have a lot of gods to talk about in any Smite 2 show, because
Yes.
we're gonna have new gods, but also the ported gods and the reworked gods.
Yep. So Odin is another character where we've leveraged a lot of the strength and int scaling as well. So his kit's going to be very, very familiar, and we actually had done the adjustment where his pulse was only 2 when we would move the homing. Smite 1 also did that change, so we are mirroring that change as well. But everything that you're familiar with Odin is still here. So you got the 2, you got the bird bomb, you got the pulsing, you got the stun throw, you got the auto attack stim throw. You got the cages to lock everyone inside. All that stuff is very, very familiar if you're an Odin player. His passive is also still when targets die, it's just been simplified down to 2 targets rather than stacking up to 4. And you can see here it's giving strength and intelligence, which is useful for him because while lunge is a purely physical ability, his shield is a lot more interesting in terms of strength and intelligence. So it actually scales off of strength as well as intelligence, and it scales even more off intelligence. So if you want the biggest shield possible, you want to be going intelligence, and that will scale into the damage of your one. Additionally, his Gungnir's Might, the pulses are intelligence scaling, but the actual throw projectile is physical, and that matches on the ultimate where the projectile that follows targets if they leap out of it or leave it is also physical. So lots of opportunities here for you to play more kind of that runic, more mage style Odin, really focusing on these giant shields and consistent damage output from these pulses, or you can play the more standard strength Odin and have a very similar experience to what you play with in Smite 1.
And that attack speed stim is even stronger in Smite 2.
Yes.
And in a little bit more stat scarce balanced stat pool, it's even more powerful.
Yeah,
it is a really meaningful contribution from the kit now, much more so than I feel like it ever has in Smite 1.
Yeah, he really is the example character for, I think, once we get into the itemization, his kit the thing that it really brings to the team is that flexibility, that ability to initiate, that ability to be the support role where you can really protect and enable your team. And a lot of the items that he can build just work so well with his kit. So he has a lot of additional ways of playing in here, even if his kit feels very similar. So it's really exciting to see what Odin's going to be able to do with the tools that he has.
And one thing to look out for as well, huh?
You know what time it is?
Oh yeah.
Ymir
is
here.
Let's go right into it.
You have one more thing to say for Odin?
Yeah,
while
it wasn't
Ymir
necessarily
runs
for
out?
Odin. I was just saying nothing to be careful or to have a look out for when we're looking at these gods as well. It wasn't just the like items and scalings, but some of their cooldowns changed quite intentionally too. We wanted to do a pass to make sure that things didn't feel exactly the same as in Smite 1. So you might see some gods that have like a very specifically reduced cooldown or increased cooldown.
Yep.
So here you see the famous Ymir
Rocket jump.
Yeah.
Clumsy, you had that line in the keynote, right? You know,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, Ymir just feels like a whole new god, really. I mean, doing the exact same things, but in a
Oh,
way
the
that
two now.
shows
Yeah,
up
you
much
can
better.
Strafe while you
Oh my
two.
God.
Strafe while you two.
Yeah, he
Look
can
at
now
it.
move.
Look at it.
While he's twoing,
Nice.
and this feels unbelievable. Like being able to adjust this aim again. Yeah, running away. You start it, you turn around, lay it down behind you. It feels awesome. And Ymir, I mean, for our old alpha and beta players of Smite 1, a lot of them miss that face punch Ymir, the crit Ymir, because it scales off of frostbite, which increases damage to you, all that kind of stuff. It's back. It's so good. Clumsy literally almost like killed me in 2 seconds.
I love playing Ymir jungle. It's
Yeah,
so much
just
fun.
The
full
wall
strength.
also applies frostbite.
The wall apply on the
Don't get
knockback applies
displaced
frostbite.
by it.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, just so many. You want to talk about a god who can
Behind
make
you.
plays now?
yeah.
Ymir is like, he's always been a playmaker god. He is now the playmaker god, in my opinion. You can just do so many things with this kit. You can build him so many different ways. You know, our like Rainian, famous Smite 1 Ymir main, like he's gonna be able to do a million different things, I'm sure. It's just, you can play 10 Ymir games in a row, build 10 different ways, do 10 different things for your team. It's awesome.
The legend of face punch Ymir.
legend.
Yep,
Only a
it's
myth
back.
to most Smite players.
I know,
Has
right?
finally returned.
It's back.
And I'm sorry, Agar, you did a lot of talking for Ymir, but I feel like I have to throw it to you
Oh, yeah.
for Zeus.
Yeah.
Agar was like, bring it in. Let's
Bring
go.
it back. Yes. Okay. So, those who have followed, my podcast, the Backliners podcast, all that kind of stuff, they will know that I have
Plugs
been
on the official.
I know, right? We're doing a show tonight to talk about all
dare
this.
you.
You know how it's gonna be. I have been a notorious Zeus shield hater. In my mind, this is the risk-reward character, where if you make a mistake and I hit my chain lightning among two gods that are bounced, together, I'm going to be able to do insane things. If I miss, oops, I died. Sorry, team, I'm not that useful. That's the whole draw to this character to me, always has been. And this is one of the things that I'm most excited about for people to get to play with is Zeus's new identity, because I think he really does feel so different in a really refreshing and fun way. So AO1, still chain lightning. The 2, no shield. Instead, it's this stim where lightning comes down, hits everyone around him, applies a charge, and then he gets movement speed and a bunch of attack speed. And we've been talking a lot about ADC Zeus, Strength Zeus. It's because of this ability that it enables. It's really an in-hand stim that allows his kit to feel more in-handy and tie in with that passive that he's always had. You might notice the longtime Zeus players out there that Pun is detonating, and it's not removing these detonate stacks. It's not this OP.
It's also stunning.
Yeah, it's also stunning, by the way. I was
surprise,
getting there. It's back. The stun is back, but it doesn't remove the detonate stacks. You don't have no cooldowns most of the time, but it allows you to stun and then keep in-handing for a lot of damage without feeling like you're dropping these detonate stacks and then you're losing your in-hand damage and all this kind of stuff. I think Zeus does have one of the bigger playstyle shift changes of the Alpha Weekend 1 gods.
Play him in dual lane.
Play him in the jungle.
I think Jungle Zeus feels really good, and Dual Lane Zeus, he definitely losing the 2 in Smite that he has in Smite 1 does hurt his wave clear a lot, but it enhances his PvP capabilities. It's a minus in PvE, plus in PvP, and I think that really makes you think about this character in a whole new way. Like I said, Zeus Jungle I think is fantastic. Zeus ADC feels
Strength Zeus.
Strength Zeus.
I think
Crit
you,
Zeus.
I think you have even more flexibility than that. I think you could play support Zeus, and you could build CDR and tanky, so you could just be in the middle of the team, constantly applying charges, and with low
Stunning
CDR,
people.
stunning people,
Oh my
stunning
God.
people. That
General
is a
isolation
lot of
flicks
early
this.
pressure
I
that
wanna try
transitions
that
to like a
next.
tank. I think there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this.
Yeah, solo
Juan,
Zeus,
what have you
where the
done
lane
giving them this
clears.
idea? Like,
Yeah, no, like I can think, I'll just talk about all the ways to play Ymir. I think there are so many ways to play Zeus, and I just I can't wait to get to play him against a bunch of new people.
There's also a little sneak preview here of a feature where the enemy's health bars have 3 pips that light up for the number of charges.
Yes.
They're not lighting up currently. Potentially,
Yeah, the bots are a little bit
yeah.
weird. It works like a lot of our features against bots right now are a little bit buggy. They work a lot better against players.
I'm not sure if this feature for Zeus's charges is actually in Alpha 1 or not, but you'll be able to see that if you have charges, and you can even see that as long as you have vision of the characters. You can see it over walls.
Yep.
Because previously you have to see the little orbs.
Yep.
Now, as long as you can see their nameplate, you can see that UI element that shows you if they have charges.
yeah.
Yep.
Yes, it
It
feels
is
really good.
sick.
So much more clarity for him. It makes a huge difference for sure.
All right, those are
Nice.
all 14
That's, I was
gods.
gonna
Did
say,
it.
That's all for
Have
the
we
gods.
ever
in
had to
Alpha
intro
Weekend 1.
14 gods at a time?
I don't know. I feel like we kind of speed ran that though. 14
good.
gods,
It's only been 4 hours.
Yeah,
4.
exactly.
Oh my gosh. Well, we still got a lot to go over, and this is probably even bigger than the gods, I might say. We're going to talk about items now. So while Pong gets set up, AJ, I'm going to pass to you.
For the
Talk
high-level
about
goals.
the high-level goals.
That's right. So, again, we're really trying to facilitate the creativity with these items in Smite 2. We want to increase the skill cap in this way. This is probably one of the most skill ceiling raising changes in the whole game. We want to provide something just new and different from Smite 1. I generally try to avoid, we don't really go for change for the sake of change, but the change here is part of the advantage of these other goals.
Yes.
And we also want to create items that have more specific and intentional purposes. So that was kind of what I talked about earlier. A lot of items in Smite 1 have gotten kind of adjusted so much over the years that they do, a lot of things just do a lot of everything and do everything well. So we're really shifting that a lot in Smite 2. So avoid items that do a little bit of everything. Specifically reduce the item stat bloat. So that's just like the numbers you'll see will be in a little bit smaller amounts, or you'll see, most items only have 2 stats.
Yeah.
Very few 4-stat items, which is, very different from Smite 1. But I'll tell you, a lot of this doesn't mean that the whole pacing of the game or the DPS has changed in a negative way, though. A lot of the gods were designed with this in mind.
A lot of number
In
tweaks.
general, I'd say if anything, like time to kill is faster in Smite 2, especially in the early game.
Yep.
In the late game, it's similar, but it's more variant because the way the gods are designed with have the more flat base stats and the way the items are designed in this way, you can really hyper index into being hyper tanky and doing less damage, or vice versa, or anywhere in between. So you get a lot more variance. So that's where we get the strong trade-offs in build choice. Like if you really max out your protections, you ain't just capping prots for free anymore, right? You have to really specifically seek out the highest prots items. You have to think about more, is my opponent's doing more physical or magical damage, and which one should I over-index on, and build into those, because those trade-offs matter a lot more in the new game. And we wanted to make sure that the passive and active effects are impactful and meaningful. So again, we're just getting started.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
There's a lot of room for this system to grow, but it's also significantly changed already. So we're going to go back into game. We're going to look at a few more things, and we'll walk you through all these, this big system change here.
Yeah.
We wanted to walk people through how to get to this practice mode that I'm going to be playing in. So if you guys want to hop to my screen, even though I'm not on a map, you can definitely hop
We
over
will
here.
show the in-game UI.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Right.
But if you click on any
Oh,
character...
get us out of here, production. Get us out. Get our,
No, we're good. We're good.
no, our cameras to show the
Oh,
mouse.
sure.
Yeah.
You have to
Oh, yeah, we have to see
like
the mouse.
literally us.
They can't
Yeah,
see the
actually
buttons.
us.
The practice
good.
button.
There
Yep.
you go.
A lot of the front end UI is still in a temp state.
Yes.
Some things look nicer than others, but a lot of this is still in a very temp state.
Ooh,
This map though is completely final and looks amazing.
As you can tell, has everything you need.
Yep.
So this is the first iteration of jungle practice. You can navigate to any god from the front end and hit the enter practice button to go into this map, and then you can safely leave it through the escape button. We will be doing a real jungle practice that looks like real environment. It looks awesome. It's already in progress, but this is what we have for now.
Yes.
Other thing to note, that something that we didn't see here, if you go into the normal Conquest game mode, you will actually be prompted at the beginning of the game to see an auto buy fly in. So you'll see a couple of different
Everybody
options.
will be
Everyone see
presented with
that.
the auto buy option.
Yes.
And
one of them will, there's a couple different options. We've worked on those ourselves, but you can also just hit the manual if you don't want to opt into the auto buy. That'll be fine. You can go and
but there's multiple options to choose from is the big change
There's
here from Smite
Yes.
There's a
A
couple
lot
of
of
different
them
archetypes.
heavily curated. I went through and made a face punch Ymir auto buy. And there's, if you want to focus on active items as a guardian, or just more like passive stats and just help my team without having to worry about using a bunch of active items. There are a lot of really good options for you. We talked about Neath having a lot of different play styles. There's an auto build option for Int Neath, ADC Neath. There's a bunch of different options there. The big thing to note, and this is just for the alpha weekend and until we get it fixed, if you buy or sell anything, including potions, that will cancel your auto buy. That is not the
For
ultimate
the rest
intent
of this game.
for the rest of that game, right? So just be on the lookout for that.
If you set auto buy, it's truly hands off.
Yep. If you got a mana potion that you didn't want, just use it. Do not sell it because you will be sad.
Nice.
Right.
All right. Well, let's talk about beads and wards first before we start going into detail about the actual item shop and building.
So these are not really items anymore, right? We've done away with the relic system, and we have a very new item system, but we also kind of just have 2 default buttons that everybody gets, and they are beads and ward. So you can everyone gets purification, can cleanse themselves CC immunity. Everyone gets ward. These run off cooldowns, and the active item system, which we'll talk about more as we go, kind of replaced the relic system in a lot of ways. So if you want more effects that worked like relics, you can now build tier 3 items that will have that on them. But there's a few things like CC immunity that are just extremely important to Smite. Specifically, we felt like CC immunity was the single most important one, much more important than something like Aegis or any of the other relics. So we wanted every god to have CC immunity from level 1 out the gate, ready to go. And we also still wanted to encourage warding and not make it feel like warding was any sort of like negative trade-off in the early game. So everyone has a ward.
You have no exces now. Ward.
Yeah.
Bro, they had Vision Shard, didn't use it. You know what I mean? Like,
seriously.
we can't help them,
So ward does have a method to be upgraded to a sentry ward in the shop. There is no way for you to adjust or change or sell your beads at this time. So every other item you buy in Smite will go into in Smite 2 will go into your 6 item inventory slot, including consumables.
That's right. So we can talk about potions first. You got the classic health and mana potions.
Right. As you can see here, a lot of the items have new art. Not all of them yet, though, so keep that in mind. And also, lots of things, there's a lot of new pieces and parts to this shop to show. So potions work similarly as you're used to. You can buy them in stacks. You can fire them off. There's 3k potions for int and strength. The main shout out to show there is everyone can benefit from both of these now.
Yes.
So you can even buy the 3k pot you want the most first. But if the game goes long enough, buy the other one too.
Yes. And they don't stack. You can only buy one of each.
And they last forever for the rest of the
Last
match.
forever. Yep. So you don't
Oh,
need to
yeah.
buy
That's a good
multiple.
call out. Yeah.
Yep.
So, Pawn, you want to walk us through just like the kind of high level component item building and what the visuals in the shop do to convey that?
Yeah, so the biggest change that you're going to see in the item store is that we moved to a component-based system. So previously you had the mace tree and you had your tier 1 mace, and that would lock you into 4 potential options that you could get by the end of the game as tier 3 options, which was good for kind of simplifying the flow of how those items would go, but it didn't allow for you to really change partway through. If you started your tier 2 mace and realized actually none of these mace upgrades are good, I need a different source of power, you were kind of stuck in that mace tree, or you had to sell and take a cost penalty. The component-based system really makes it so that you can actually go, I know I want strength now, and you can build it, and you can go like, okay, cool, I know that I want to continue going strength, and I can go into my tier 2s like Skegox, which are just more strength. And from Skegox, I can see all the things that could potentially build from it. So now what you do is you buy these component level stats, knowing that I want to be going for this. And because you're building these bits and pieces of these items over time, you can then combine them into the final item that you want, basically tailor-made from the stats you knew that you wanted at the time of purchase. And so similarly, you can see here, I went to Axe first. Here's some tier 2s that are going to be really, really useful for me. I'm like, oh, cool. Let's go for strength and cooldown rate. So now I have strength and cooldown rate, and now I can immediately see, here's all the things you can continue to build from that. So it just creates this kind of natural flow of, I know what stats I want at the core, I'm going to start building towards them, and I will naturally kind of end at the correct item that I really wanted to go for, or I can pivot halfway through. So that's really what the component system is about, is you take these tier 1s, you merge them up, and then you continue to merge them up into the final item. And you can see we have a lot of final items. Lots of stuff for you guys to play with. It's going to be really fun.
Yep. Yeah, I think a big thing, for players who are getting used to building items for the first time in Smite 1, you might read a guide or something like that and say, okay, I need Executioner. It has attack speed, but I can't buy bow, Hunter's bow. That's attack speed too, but it's not the right attack speed in Smite.
Right.
Yeah.
You need Light Blade. In Smite 2,
really good point, yeah.
There's the Executioner. I know it has attack speed. I'll buy a bow. I know it's contributing.
Yep, it's right here.
Any stats that you're buying that you ultimately are going to have with the tier 3 are going to have components that build into that. You're not getting cooldown rate out of nowhere. You're not getting penetration out of nowhere. It's coming from these individual components. So like Pon said, you can just kind of, I know I need a little bit of this, a little bit of this. What are my options if I want strength and lifesteal? Oh, I build these two, I see what they combine into, and I know every possible combination from there. So it seems daunting, I know, but I think ultimately it will make the process a lot smoother for players.
A lot more intuitive too.
Yes.
It has just a lot more flexible design.
Yep.
Have to have 4 items per tree, have to be like this, and then
Yes.
those also had really weird ways of comparing strength to each other. So like it was very just perception based balance. The Smite 1 item store are very driven like that. Obviously perception matters a lot in balance, but this type of system gives you true stat efficiency values that you can follow.
Yes.
So when you know exactly that 10 strength is worth 450 gold, you can build the foundation off of that for all your other items to make sure that things stay in reasonable amounts.
Oh, and we did.
Yeah, and we have the spreadsheets to
We have
show you.
spreadsheets.
know.
and
Yeah,
spreadsheets.
we'll bring up the spreadsheet.
So we wanted to show off a lot of these tier 1s just to kind of get this across. So Axe is the strength item, Gem is the intelligence item. Those are probably what most people are going to be starting with. An important thing to call out is that we changed the starting gold significantly in Smite 2. So you only start with 800 gold, which lets you build 1 strength or int item and some potions, or a non-strength or int item, or lets you build 2 non-strength or int items.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of different ways of starting your combo loadout. Although potions are pretty good, so most people end up, I think, I would generally advise getting the 1 stat item you want the most and a good set of potions.
Yep.
Another tier 1 item I wanted to call out was the Ruinous Poison, which this one doesn't have a stat on it, but this is the anti-heal passive at rank 1 for only 500 gold.
What value?
Right.
Huge.
It's a world of value. You can get this on your basic attacks to get an anti-heal debuff for 500 gold at any time you want, from very early on if you need to, and it builds into the 3 core: a strength anti-heal item, an int anti-heal item, and a protections anti-heal item. But this one's just unique, so I wanted to call that one out, and I think it's really cool.
That's cool.
Yep.
Let's move on to tier 2s and a fun one here, Manchubo.
Yeah, Manchubo is one of our premier tier 2 items for the attack speed tree. One thing that we want to shout out about here, so it has a passive of all targets that you're hit by your basic attacks take some flat bonus physical damage. And one thing that we're doing with these components is this tier 2 Manchubo is now going to be building into a whole plethora of different tier 3 items, and all of them have some sort of similar effect that's based off of that passive from the tier 2. They might not be the exact same effect. You're not building the exact same thing. There might be one that does take a direct benefit, but in general, if you're building that tier 2 with the passive unique effect, you can expect that the tier 3s kind of play off of that theme.
So this is kind of the attack speed in-hand proc theme. So generally, you're going to get in-hand procs of different types above that. It is also a cool time to talk about this new concept of uniqueness. As you saw Pon earlier build 2 axes. And shout outs to PBM for the first alpha. Early close tests where he built the 6 Manchubo build. And the passive stacks.
And there was a time, based on the feedback, we had tier 3s not unique at a time, and now we've made them unique. So you can't buy all the tier 3s in the world.
Right.
Tier 2s where we're uncapping that for now.
Tier 2s and most
And
tier
tier
2s and
ones.
tier most tier 2s, all tier 1s
Yes.
are non-unique. All tier 3s are not. We're going to be experimenting this in the future. In general, we want to encourage non-uniqueness. And there are some issues where, people might find some items that say they are not unique, but the passive still doesn't double trigger, things like that. So we have a lot of room to explore with that, but the foundation is here.
Yep.
Yeah, I know we were talking about it. When PBM ran that 6 Manchubo slot build, there was some conversation like, do we want people to do this? And like at the end of the day, we're like, if people are having fun with it, let's just
We were having that convo in the room with them as they were doing the build, just like hashing it out.
It was good. I don't think it was broken OP. It was like an early game rush, like power spike build, but then
It was the 6 kins that was really the problem.
Exactly.
the
non-unique
into
that
6
was
kins,
threes.
and that was
That was
good.
brilliant.
That was very good.
no 6 kins in Alpha 1. Sorry.
Yes.
But we do have a lot of exciting tier 3 items to discuss.
Yes.
I know, right? Let's we've got a few tier 3s that we want to walk through. We're not going to go through all the items because there are a ton.
Right.
They're all on patch notes for y'all to read, but we did want to highlight some. So Bloodforged Blade is going to be the first tier 3 that we talk about.
Yeah, getting some survivability for these strength characters. Your junglers might like this. Your in-hand based characters might like this. It's
Your
just-
Zeus jungle
Zeus jungle,
attack, physical damage
definitely.
builds.
Yeah, almost always featured a Bloodforged blade, and it's just a scaling shield based on your strength.
Strength scaling.
So you don't just get to splash it for free. You actually have to invest in strength in order to make the shield even better. But it's also an active item,
Right.
so no Aegis as we've covered.
This is the new Aegis.
This is your physical Aegis right now. This is your best option to survive burst the vast majority of the time. Is going to be something like Bloodforged blade, and it's you'll be building it a lot if you're building strength in hand characters for sure.
This is also a lifesteal item, and lifesteal has some significant rules changes in Smite 2. Lifesteal is now there's just one stat lifesteal. There's no magical or physical. There's no ability or basic attack. It's all lifesteal. So you buy lifesteal on Anubis, he gets lifesteal on his basic attacks and his abilities. There's no AoE reduction anymore, but there is God versus minion reduction. So you get less healing off of minions. So jungle camps, jungle bosses, mid lane minions, you'll get the full calculated lifesteal percentage amount for God versus God combat.
Yep.
All right, next up, one of my favorite items in Smite 1, making its way to Smite 2, Chronos Pendant. Clumsy, you want to talk about Chronos?
Yeah, Chronos Pendant's kind of, we wanted to make sure some items are familiar items. It is some of our favorites here. Chronos Pendant is the premier intelligence-based CDR option. If you want CDR on any sort of character, but your intelligence and you want to kind of play on that a little bit more, you pick up a Chronos Pendant. It does a very similar effect. It's got your high amount of CDR. It reduces your active ability cooldowns by 1 every 10 seconds. And yeah, there's one thing that's important there based on CDR too, kind of like we talked about lifesteal.
Yeah, I was gonna
CDR
say,
has a change.
Same acronym, different name,
Yeah, not
right?
cooldown reduction.
Cooldown rates.
Rate.
Yes.
Cooldown rates. I mean, I think we wrote down on the patch notes exactly like
Not
the
a percentage.
It's not a percentage, but basically what we're trying to say is it's uncapped with diminishing returns. So if you get to 40 cooldown rate, it's around 35-ish% or
Yeah,
something.
something around there. Yeah.
There's a demo on the patch notes.
Yep,
But,
exactly.
so two important things about this. One is that there are currently no item stat caps in Smite 2.
Yes.
Correct.
For this first alpha build, you can go over the attack speed cap of Smite 1. You can go you can build all of the cooldown in the entire game. The difference is that cooldown now has a diminishing effect as you buy more cooldown, and the number it works off of the protections formula. There's some examples and numbers in the patch notes. 10 CD rate is like 9% cooldown, and then
Right.
20 is like 14. It's just slightly less than what it is, and it starts to trail off the more you get. So when you buy 0 to 10 is pretty valuable, but buying 50 to 60 cooldown rate is much less impactful. So,
Smite 1 players just went through a Sphinx's Bauble meta recently.
Right.
They know how good stacking
Oh, yeah.
CDR, it being an additive stat just makes it really, really hard to introduce a lot of sources for it, because then everyone has 40% CDR.
right. So this is one we liked as this design because, like you said, it doesn't require that 40% cap that people have to tune all around, and like every item has to have a nice rounded number that adds to that. It just makes it still work.
Yep.
Even if you get it in different amounts, it lets us splash it around the game a little bit more. And it also serves for the temporary purpose of we have no item caps. We do intend to probably make item caps. We think we'll need to. For example, lifesteal, there is no item cap, and that would be just insane. And that doesn't have any sort of diminishing efficiency math. So there is just
Less
not very many
lifesteal
lifesteal items
items.
in the
Right,
game right now. That's intentional. So we wanted to talk about these items to show off these items, show some new items, active items, some familiar items, passive items, but also talk about these high-level rules. So, yeah, these things can always change too.
Yep.
And all right, next item up, Screeching Gargoyle. This is a new one for Smite 2. Who wants to take this one?
Yeah, I can take it, and I can also show off the sorting options that we have on the UI.
Nice.
This one, if you want to just actually see all the actives and you just want to go a 6 active build, we have someone in our playtest who does that every game, and they have a lot of fun with it. You can hit this active option, and it'll just immediately show you all the active choices. And Screeching Gargoyle is one of them.
There it is. It's the gargoyle that's screeching pun.
Yeah, it's the one that screeches. So this gives you a lot of magical protection, gives you some cooldown rate, but it's active as enemy gods in front of you are silenced for 2 seconds with a cooldown of 90 seconds. So if you are facing someone like has a long channel, or you have like a thing that you really, really need to interrupt when it happens, like Bacchus, you really can't get stunned by Bacchus Belch. You just turn, you screech a little bit. Screeching Gargoyle. All item VFX, most of them are very, very, very temp. All
of them
sound,
are.
yeah. They're design level temp. We're the
had a
ones who
lot
did
of
it.
fun with
We
that.
are not artists. We're
the
not
mushroom.
sound effects designers. We
I
didn't
put it on the notes specifically.
no, we're gonna show the mushroom.
Yeah, we
Okay.
showed it already.
I-
so
You
hard
said
on
we
the
talk about it.
mushroom.
So yeah, a lot of the art.
This is not final art. Don't
We
be,
stole that from some
He's
random
my best
Smite one.
friend. Pun.
But
all item effects in the game, so VFX and audio are temp, but the icon art is coming.
Yes,
in most cases is final or hasn't been touched.
But Screeching Gargoyle is a really cool active item example. This is something that you can pick up, and it can be a really strong counter if your character doesn't have a great matchup, or you can just bring as extra utility as your support player. So just a lot of really interesting things that can happen with this. It's just a very quick silence burst, very effective in what it does.
Yeah, it's a really good example of just the fact that we want to take active items, make sure that they have particularly unique and exciting effects. Like you said, you can pick this up as a support, but if you really need to pick this up as an ADC for some reason because you want to silence someone that's going to be integral to your gameplay, sometimes that matters more than DPS.
Yeah. Or
and
like
the other
some
day,
magical protections in your build, which is really effective.
The other day, I was owning a Zeus. Clumsy was so scared of me. I was owning for once. He was playing Odin, and he caged me, and then would Screeching Gargoyle me. So I can't just drop my ult and start
beat him down with Dagger Frenzy.
Oh, nice.
It's like adding a whole nother. I'm like, okay, I know what I have to play around for Odin normally, but now I have to add in this extra layer that was really cool.
and there is a counter item for Odin as well. So.
Yes, there is a phantom effect.
That playtest, you were asking for it.
I know. I was like,
you're
where is it?
Please, team, please.
Yeah, I didn't buy it though. Not my fault.
Oh man.
Not my
Let's
fault.
talk about penetration
All right, Totem of Death.
and references to Smite 1. So there's like just a quick high level thematic. There's a lot of new items with completely new names. A lot of them are based on very specific mythological references or historical references, but fantasied up a little bit to be, exciting. It's not pure art history. Some of them are references to Smite 1. Some of them are direct, like Bloodforge is referencing off Bloodforge, Chronos Pendant, and whatever. And then, of course, everybody loves the totem, but our Conquest map doesn't have the totem, so we made a totem item.
When you buy this item, is there a sound effect of the world of band?
Yeah, we should.
SWC?
You should do
that.
So this item is a premier intelligence and penetration item. So there's a lot of specifics to talk about here that we want to get into. So first thing is you might notice that this gains you protections as you hit people with ability damage. So in general, we avoided just extremely high levels of shred on
Gains you
targets.
penetration, yeah.
It gains you percent penetration.
Yep.
So two things to know about is one, flat penetration is not really on any items. There is one item that has a flat pen debuff on its passive effect, but there is no flat pen just as a stat. Flat pen is essentially just power times 3, or strength and intelligence times 3, and it absolutely dominates and disrupts the entire power curve of Smite 1. So flat pen is really essentially not in the game right now, and we don't really plan to bring it back. There's one exception, I think, which is the Obsidian Shredder, which lets you shred people's penetrations flat, but it has per level scaling on it, so it keeps it pretty. It's not really like that hyper early game rush.
Right.
So you're going to see a lot more percent pen. The other thing we did is that percent pen is extremely valuable, so we're offsetting it with the straight up int or strength amounts. You are generally not going to see super high int and super high pen in the same amount.
Yep.
The same type of thing is going to affect items like Executioner. You're going to see if you really want to itemize towards shredding tanks, we want you to sacrifice that high level burst towards killing other squishes.
And that's throwing people off so much. I mean, if you look at the stats, 10% stacks up to 5 times. Like, people are like, oh, this has got to be broken. And then they build that and they expect to deal as much damage to a squishy because they bought it first item or something like that. And you just don't. Because like you said, the math doesn't line up.
More specific counters, more specific trade-offs, more like not if this item had 100 int on it, it would just be the best item in the game and do everything.
Exactly.
Yes.
But you have to build this specifically for those purposes. Other thing quickly to call out for this is that it does not have the once per ability trigger.
Yeah, this item
The
specific.
dot characters.
Yep.
So Cuckoo and Anubis use this one especially better than Zeus can do okay with it, but like this one is specifically like that. But there's also a more traditional flat pen int item that you can use if you're more of a burst character, not a dot character, etc.
Yeah, percent pen.
And the percent pen, and that has generally been applied to strength and int builds in a similar way.
Yeah, we touched on it really briefly earlier that we wanted there to be more intentional trade-offs in the item building system. This is a good example of like, we mean it. Like, we will give you all of the pen. This is 50% magical pen. That is insane. You get 20 int. That is nothing.
And for the tanks on their side too, they have similar trade-offs that they're making. It's not that they're going to be both 200 physical and magical protections.
Yes.
They might be able to spike really high into physical defense, but they will probably be very vulnerable to magic damage because they are making similar levels of trade-off on what they want to be doing.
Yes. So it will feel, everyone in the friends and family tests, they go, oh, I would have 600 power and 30% CDR and 30% pen in Smite 1. And we're like, yeah, You would. Not here though. You know, you have to really
Got to start somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to be very intentional with the items you're building, and I think when you make the puzzle fit together properly, it feels really, really rewarding.
Yeah.
All right, next up is kind of a dual topic here. 2 items, Dreamer's Idol
right.
and Avatar's Parachute. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you got it.
And you
Nice,
need both
nice.
of them. As
Yeah, I'm gonna buy
you-
both.
As we know.
We
Wait,
need
do they
both.
stack? I haven't.
Oh yeah, no, they stack.
That's awesome.
And Fenrir.
They do stack. Who wants to intro these?
I can.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, these are really fun to make because I actually got to like prototype the scaling system. But yeah, so Dreamer's Idol and Avatar's Parachute. These are your premier. This is go time buttons. They give you a lot of strength. They give you a lot of int, and they have an active that gives you 20% of that stat on a long cooldown. So you want to do a giant cuckoo ult, get Dreamer's Idol at the end of your build, activate it, cuckoo ult, and hope that hit, because if it didn't, you've probably lost the team fight.
You might be wondering why we're so excited about it. Because
You activate.
He's swole goobus.
sometimes we just want to do
Big.
fun stuff. And
Yeah.
Get big, you know?
Yep. That's so awesome.
Oh my god.
It's like that song from
It's a
Doug,
relatively
right?
long duration too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, like,
10
this
seconds.
is
10
not-
seconds.
This item has a lot of int and strength, but not as many as some other items. We'll get to another one in a second. But it's really about, do you want to be really active in your combat? Do you want to specifically pick these extreme moments to go all in? Or if you just want something that's kind of more consistent, you can get higher int elsewhere.
Yeah, I think having it on Anubis, you wrap, you instantly hit your Dreamer's Idol 3 alt and get your all-in combo feeling really, really good. Like it has that active element that feels really engaging.
And just to clarify, your hitbox isn't actually changed.
Yes, correct.
Purely visual.
Yeah, purely visual. And we've kept the scaling reasonable enough that doesn't create too many gameplay problems. But yeah, you can tell that we're just like really like, you just get big, so it's really cool. It's really fun.
We're goofy.
And it's just something that we tried. Again, just like we
wanted
talked
a
about in Smite 2.
strong
One trust me
clarity
out.
for you or have this state active.
Yeah.
too,
You've got a
right?
material effects.
So like, yeah, you'll have a bit of a gold or purple material, and you'll be big.
You'll be big.
All right, next up is the Nemes. I
Okay.
like this item name.
Yeah, so this is an item name, specifically the historical name for a pharaoh's crown is what it's called, is a Nemes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Smite can be educational.
Right?
So this kind of is the premier passive tier 3 support item. So like we said, we didn't want to really do the same traditional starter items from level 1, but this is one you can build into you're going to get efficiently more health and protections than you would from most other items in the game if you follow the support play style way.
Yep.
So you can get only lane minion assists will give you a permanent stacking buff of magical and physical protections. So good place to start if you want to try to play true support. Also other places that we have seen people splash it late on off tanks and things like that. As long as you really prioritize trying to get it stacked, it can be really strong.
Yeah, and we've seen support players also just completely forgo it in favor of other playstyles as well. So
Yeah.
there's a lot more trade-offs to be had. So this is a very consistent option, but there might be other plays that you want to be making.
Generally, the thought process from a lot of people has been support is going to be really active heavy.
Yeah.
And that can be really challenging. So we did want to make sure there was a lot of just like strong passive support items that if you don't want to build all these actives, you can still be impactful. And while we're on this topic, I will add one more thing, is that we do not have a bunch of the protections aura items.
Right.
Those have
Correct.
been removed.
Yes.
We don't want to just make the whole team tanky as your job as support. We have more specific counter aura item options that are really good. We have more just cool, unique effects that you can get for getting hit by different things as a tank.
And you've got the mushroom.
Power you up.
go.
That's an active though.
And that
Yeah,
also
that one's
goes
really
into
good for
the,
you want to play with no extra buttons though.
Oh, okay.
The no extra buttons support
Yeah.
build is
It is
pretty
there.
strong.
I'm just saying,
the
needs
lack
plus
of
mushrooms.
The lack of ores also goes into the pen discussion too, because that
Right,
was something
right.
that if everyone had Sovereign Heart Ward, you had to get some magical penetration to be able to
Right,
burst through
right.
that. So a lot
And
again,
stat bloat, and those are huge stat bloat because it's effectively
Yeah.
a full item worth of stats for your whole team.
all this is super interconnected.
Yes.
So,
And on the Dev Insight Show tomorrow, we can show you the spreadsheets.
Yep. And
Yes.
another support item, just to call out real quick, is Talisman of Purification too, because that's a really, really strong
yeah,
support
that's a
item. That we were talking about the beads effect, and everyone's got a beads. This is the
can get 2
item
beads.
to beads your team.
And if you just want to be selfish, you can use this to use your free beads, but then you can also buy an active and use this as a second one on a different cooldown.
Yes, yeah. Being able to cleanse your ally from the Fenrir ult or the Ymir freeze or something like that. Like AJ said, I think that in recent years at a high level especially, we've seen support kind of become this, using their relics at the right time, really impactful team fight relics, and I think support is really going to get,
and that's
take it
still
up to the
there.
next
Yeah,
notch.
or
Exactly.
even
Like,
more important.
Yeah, you can have really varied active effects that really help your team, that you have to know, hey, I need to be near this person because that's who the Fenrir is going to target, and all those types of things. I think support is as fun as it's ever been, personally.
Let's look at hybrid attack damage items here.
Death metal.
Death metal.
This one's sick.
Man.
One of our favorites. So the thematic inspiration for this is that all of our strength and int items are instruments.
Yep.
And designed around that. We felt like that was a unique subgenre that fit this well. So death metal has strength and intelligence and critical chance.
Yeah.
As well as an active AoE sort of frenzy effect. So this one, we just love the name and we love the art, so we want to show it off. And also, this one is just a good example of we talked about Kurnanos being able to build into hybrid. This one and Braggy's Harp, which you might as well just show it off while we're here.
Yeah, just hit the strength and int.
Oh yeah, use both filters upon to hit strength.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's just one way. It's like, oh, you want both stats.
Yeah.
Well, here are
It's
the ones
those-
with both stats.
There's one tank item that gives you strength and int, and then there's also these three. There's an aura, just to strengthen int aura to just make your whole team more lethal, which is really fun. Shout out to that best temp art.
I know,
icon ever.
right?
That was the,
Crab Rave, baby.
Crab Rave temp art icon.
We're going to get bullied into that being the permanent art.
Yeah, I know, right? Just keep it forever.
Yep.
But Death Metal is the crit one, and then Braggy's Harp is like the traditional in-hand proc one. So
Yeah.
and you're going to get attack speed instead of crit, and you're going to get bonus flat plus per level damage.
And then another thing to mention is obviously us being in the state that we're in, we always want to look into adding more items, whether it's hybrid items, like this list could go on, but also you can just build a strength item and an int item separately, because that's also a very important way to build a hybrid character.
This is Alpha 1.0, the earliest 1.000 you've ever played in Smite. This is the beginning. We wanted to make sure that there was the bare minimum for a whole lots of archetypes. So we definitely want to hear feedback on which archetypes need to have more deep options, which ones need to have more range, or which ones could be replaced. Like I said, the only one that I've really called out specifically is we do not have a ton of lifesteal items, because if there is no cap, that would just be the only way to play.
And
so we'll get around to that as we get there.
Talking about all of these different interconnected systems, sometimes you just want to go simple.
Sometimes
So
you just want a stat stick.
sometimes you just want a
a
stat stick.
pile of damage.
I buy a gem and a gem, and get a killing stone. Then I can go, I just want a second killing stone. And, oh, look at that. It's the int item.
And that's just one single stat.
That's all it does.
okay.
A pile of.
So this is intentional. First of all, a lot of people ask me
This isn't
the
debug.
passive is missing or something like that. But no, we are assigning stat values to the passives as well, and we have a stat value for intelligence. So this item is just balanced to have just intelligence for this price, and we thought this was fun because it just is a strong measuring stick for how much int you can have in a build, and how we want to balance other items against it. And it's also just it's very straightforward. If you just want to you just need a spike of int, this is good. In general, I think this item is very good, and people do slot it into most builds. even
I would
with this-
highly recommend getting at least one of these just big stat stick items in basically every single one of your.
And now you can see the seesaw, or the difference, the scales between Eldritch Orb with your 145 int, and then the Totem of Death with your 20.
Right.
But you've got a pen.
And even Dreamer's Idol only has 80, but that's assuming you're using that active and getting a lot more than 145 for some amount of time, right? So it's very interconnected and very shifted. So I feel like if you try to do the math, it'll be a challenge. We've got a lot of it done for you. But if you play the game and build as you go, follow the auto builds to start, be careful focusing only on actives and passives and avoiding getting a significant level of stats anywhere. It's a common pitfall with the way things are balanced. That's not really related to the component build. It's more so about how we wanted to just anti-stat bloat and increase more, make more trade-offs, make more meaningful builds. So that's a mistake that can be made. But in most cases, you can build a lot of different things in a lot of different ways and still feel really strong.
Ooh, can you Helm of Darkness pawn?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
So before
we're
we
at the end of
close
the
out,
list,
let's just rattle off some other exciting items. We have an active item called Scepter of Dominion that makes a big.
Oh my God.
I'll just buy them.
AOE
Jade Scepter,
area.
we're talking about our favorites. Jade Scepter's mine.
Yeah, let's go to the actives.
We have a
just-
sort of golden bow style item for physical tanks and a gladiator shield kind of style item for physical tanks. Those are in there.
Those are great.
We have a winged blade / solo sprint active that only gives
ours,
you
yeah.
buff, speed buff, and slow immunity. We have the Helm of Darkness.
So you want to. Here's a terrifying thought. You're in mid lane. You're alone in mid
no.
lane, and suddenly a Goobus pops out.
So anybody can stealth with this item.
Yeah.
It's so
Any god
awesome.
can stealth.
It's so awesome.
Because it's like, just like we talked about with relics, kind of not being utilized as much, right? The active effects are those replacements. Where Blink is something that you don't see permanently built into you, but now you've got Blinking Amulet, you've got Helm of Darkness, you've got different opportunities and ways to do a similar kind of thing.
Yep.
And you could build more of these. We have a lot more
Build
room
both.
for flexibility on their potency and their cooldown. When you had to be restricted to only 2, and people were like, "Oh, but this is a discrete choice then, where I can pick any of these 2," but it never was.
Never
Right.
yet.
You actually had to always get like a couple things. It did the opposite of that. So I think we haven't fully had pro level meta optimization of the gameplay yet, but we've already seen just so many more ways to use these.
Oh
items.
man, talking about temp
So
art.
stasis item. It's a very long delay, but then makes this orb, and this freezes everybody in place. So it makes them damage immune.
Yes.
Including allies.
Allies and
Everyone.
enemies all become damage immune and frozen in place.
Yep.
I think the only exception
So you
is,
just
like,
press pause.
towers and maybe not even towers, but definitely Titan. You can't just pause the Titan. He will smack you.
We tried to do that in a test the first time I was in.
Yeah, we changed.
The Jade Scepter is a big
my
knockback,
favorite.
and that's on a high int item. It's really good on immobile mages.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really good.
Yeah, Pon was
can
telling
use
me
some more spread.
knocking people back into Cuckoo Tornado.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
We got my favorite one just because of the mushroom.
The mushroom.
Yep. This is a pulse heal that you place down. Very, very good to.
When you activate your items, you also see the item name pop up in the air, and it will show that to all allies and enemies.
And the Hussar's Wing is the cleanse that you can get to yourself.
Cleanses, slows, and gives you sprint.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of items. There's a ward active item. There's a lot of cool passive items
Stampede.
that people are.
Dagger Frenzy is really staple for a lot of ADCs.
Yeah, lots of stuff for you guys to play with.
Go to the
We won't
passives real quick.
we'll spoil everything on the actives.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh,
there's
World
like
Stone.
balance. Oh yeah. There's the alt only cooldown item. There's a rebalanced Soul Eater. We got Poly and
where's-
Hydra's from
Yes.
friends.
Zafuda. You got Gem of Isolation, everyone's favorite. Focus.
I'm a big fan of the Silken Mailcoat.
Silken Milk.
Oh, yeah, Silken Milko. Yeah, and
Anti-attack speed and crit aura.
Meteor Hammer is pretty solid.
Yeah,
Right,
Hammer's
Meteor
great.
Hammer is kind of like new Golden Bow, but for tanks, and Dagda's is kind of like new Glad Shield, but more for tanks.
I like Hand of the Abyss. This
This is
one's
a really
really
sick
nice.
item
This is
too.
sick.
This is a hybrid intelligence strength item, but through the passive.
Yeah.
Gives you
Yep.
basic attack damage and int. So obviously, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
We want to make even
for
more
sure.
crazy items. We want to make
We have a
even
list of
more
some
We got a lot.
intense
stuff we're
actives
cooking.
and passives that do crazy stuff. We want to add more items in general, but this is a good rounded start to kind of feel the system out, make sure there's something for everyone, and just start playing Smite too.
That's right, and that's a good segue as we close our item section, just to kind of set expectations for players before they hop
Yeah.
in tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. It's crazy. It's real, right?
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Have we said it enough? It's going to be a true
true alpha.
So
Well,
like,
I will say it to you every time you watch the game.
this is the
See
first
what I mean? You watch the
playable
game.
version of a game that we intend to build upon for years.
Yes.
Right. So it's not going to have everything Smite 1 has plus a ton more.
Right.
It's not going to be that. It's got a lot of different stuff. It's got a lot of new stuff. It's got a lot of the stuff that we think is most important to the core gameplay. You know, running around on a map, PvPing, and playing a MOBA and winning the game, right? That it's a very specific focus. But we still want to hear your feedback. We want to hear what's most important to you, what's missing the most. The best thing you can do to help us is try to be specific. You know, don't just list off 100 things you want. Pick the thing you want the most, right? If you run into an issue, don't say, you know, Gem of Iso sucks. Tell us, is it too good? Is it too bad? Is it confusing? Is there something missing
Yeah,
visually?
it's a bug.
Try to be specific as possible. I mean, we get a lot of feedback that's just like, you know, or we have historically in this industry get a lot of feedback that's very vague. So as much as you can, please be specific. We're going to have a lot of specific systems to help support this, right, Isaiah?
Yeah, we're going to have an official survey that's going to be linked in game and, of course, plastered all over social media. Feel free to join us on our official Discord server, discord.gg/Smite game. Leave us all your feedback. Join in on the conversation. We've got so many people in there that love Smite.
We're gonna have a bug report form, I believe.
Yes,
as
we'll
well.
have
So
a-
there'll be a general survey, gameplay satisfaction form, and a bug report.
And a bug
We-
report form.
Please fill those out. We want to hear it. We want to see that.
If you think we don't use it, we do.
Oh,
yeah.
You can look at
Yeah,
that.
read 'em.
The bug report form, once you fill it out, it goes to a channel internally that goes directly to the QA team. It is the quickest way to report bugs to the team. So definitely be sure you're using that.
And yeah, we'll be following socials.
We'll be in the Discord.
Watching
Reddits,
streams,
to you.
all that
Twitters,
stuff.
everything. We'll be paying attention.
Speaking of watching streams, the question I keep on getting is, can I stream this game? Can I make content? Of course. We want
do.
to watch
Yes.
all of your gameplay. It's super important to us. We're big fans of watching Smite content, and
Yep.
I've been personally just fiending for Smite 2 content.
Yeah.
I know our creators have been
Yeah.
fiending to make it. I've been fiending to watch it. We want to see all of it. So definitely once you hop in tomorrow, boot up the streams, get those 24 hours going, those subathons, those YouTube videos, all that stuff.
I've already
Like
seen a
two
lot of
TikToks.
crazy content creation planning
Yes.
Yeah.
by different streamers to do this. It's exciting.
So exciting.
Cool. And as we kind of set expectations for what's happening tomorrow, we're going to have a full blog post that goes out tomorrow with more information on what you can expect in the alpha, going over things like what kind of content is available, what queues, what server regions, all that stuff. So be on the lookout for that will go out on.
And we're going to have the Dev Insight Show.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's
the
true.
blog is going to go out the same time the Dev Insight starts. So
Okay.
12 o'clock tomorrow. Be
So
sure to
tomorrow,
check it out.
all of us will be back to be in a more standard question and answer. We're going to be taking questions. Isaiah's going to be scanning for those all night.
That's right,
It's going to be a
yeah.
long night. It's going to be a long weekend for all of us.
Oh, yeah.
But we want any questions, anything confusing
media
about
whiskey.
today, we will talk about tomorrow, and we'll have chat pulled up tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll go into a little bit more of the details on the specifics. If the sickos out there want to see our spreadsheets, we're happy to share them. We'll do some fun stuff tomorrow to talk through all that.
I know, right?
What else is on the list?
If you
More
want to
things.
play tomorrow, be sure you've got your Founders Edition locked
Yes.
in.
Oh, yeah.
Loaded.
Got to do that.
You know, make sure that you've got access to play the game. But I think that's just about it. Any other closing notes from the design team? We do have a special treat that I'll talk about after I let you all,
Yeah.
give any notes.
Thank you to you all on the
Yeah.
team. Thank you to the shout outs to the whole Smite 2 and Smite 1 dev team and our support staffs.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
everyone at this whole company
Yeah.
has contributed to this game in some way.
Yeah,
And I know we talked a lot about specific gameplay today, but there was so much art,
Yep.
UI, back-end programming. I mean, we should probably talk more about the entire new online platform
Oh,
that Smite 2
yeah.
is on. That's
Yeah.
a completely new one from Smite 1. There's so much cool stuff to talk about with this game that we'll get into over time with you.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to shout out everyone on the team. Thank you so much. And thank you to our testers who have helped us already.
Yes. Yep.
Thank you to everyone who plans to just be mashing Q button this weekend. Thank you to you too.
Oh man, that's
Every
awesome.
dev, every player, every fan for the last
Absolutely.
10 plus years working on Smite 1, getting us to Smite 2. Like, we're here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brad
my
Smite
final
too.
thing is like we've had 10 years of Smite, right? And like being at this first step for Smite 2 is just so exciting to everybody on the team.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I know players are excited, so I
Yeah.
just can't wait for tomorrow.
It reminds me of the original Smite 1 alpha days because I was in that and like just the amount of feedback and the loop, like it's going to be really, really fun to just kind of relive that whole experience and build out the next 10 plus years of a great game.
Awesome. Well, we went over a lot of gameplay stuff today. I said I had a special treat. We kind of went over everything at a high level, but we figured why not show some gameplay? So we've got a video prepped. Some of the crew actually played a game of Smite 2.
Show match?
No,
Yeah,
Isaiah, cut it.
there you go. Yeah. A full
competitive
match of Smite
show
2.
match between the devs.
I get
forgot about
costed
this.
here, and it has nothing to do with how poorly I play in this. I
Oh
played
my
so
gosh.
bad.
It's gonna be
My
good.
lane
Now, I
matchup
will say the
wasn't the
video
best.
was recorded about a month ago, so what you see in that
Yeah,
video
true.
is not going to be reflective of Alpha 1. I even think Hecate might be in that video. Like we said earlier, early kit. That's not going to be the same
P1,
thing as
yeah.
we see when Hecate finally comes to place. But we were at a place that we wanted to share it with you just to kind of get people excited and give everybody their first taste at a competitive, in quotation marks, game of
In
Smite
some
2.
ways.
You should cast the whole thing.
I don't want to. I don't want to. Nah, you're going to see, oh, there's a chain lightning missed by aggro. 5 in a row. Crazy.
Cool. Well, chat, stay tuned for that. But until then, we'll see you back here, same place, 12 p.m. tomorrow for the Dev Insight. But until then, enjoy the match.
I'm going no pod spawn.
All right, I'm gonna go int for sure.
I'm wearing hybrid because we'll
I'm-
need some structure damage.
I think I'm gonna double I'm gonna take a physical lifesteal item.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have like 80% lifesteal.
Bloodbound, Bloodforge.
No, I'm probably gonna go. Yeah, Bloodbound book, then Bloodforge. Yeah, and then I have 2 shields. That's sick.
Yeah. One on demand and one low.
Shields.
Double shield.
That is strictly better than 1 shield.
So
That is.
I
Alright,
am.
I see them now.
I am going like a tankier build,
Yeah. We're gonna need it.
Not the one shot.
not the one shot.
Are you grabbing the Neems?
I might. I'm not sure yet.
Suck.
Oh.
Okay. He's got double physical protection.
All right, Bologna
Monster's
already
got
warded
standard
behind me,
build.
but I don't think he saw me go into the bush.
You're being very sneaky.
They win wave clear pretty well.
I'm gonna toss a 3 on the first wave,
They double warded those idiots.
and then kind of
They
back
don't
off.
see-
Yeah,
Yeah.
their wards are down.
They don't have me warded. I'm like really sure of that.
No, they double warded this bush.
Oh, okay.
I'll ward theirs. Why not?
Smack!
Smack.
You just popped a mana potion out of nervousness.
Oh my god.
way.
We win the game.
Game over.
We've won the mental.
You're in his head now, Caps.
I mean, I've a bush.
I do not see Loki.
You're just gonna like come belching out of the bush.
Okay, there it is. Got the first auto. We win.
I'm gonna say I helped.
Look at all the intimidation.
Nice,
Doing.
nice.
No shot now. They have no shot.
Where do we want to go after this? Do we want to do buff?
Yeah, let's do our buff.
Oh, did they change it so mid doesn't spawn right now? I thought mid was also available. There's no way they invade, right?
No shot. They're coming back in. I'm stunning.
Nice. Gold camp is up. Want to try and get pressure towards it? Oh no, they've got wave pressure.
I'm gonna knock him up.
I've got just going chaos.
Stunning.
I've got nothing. I've got nothing.
Backing out. We're good.
He jumped it on you.
Ooh, no, they got me.
Yeah, that was rough. That wasn't my fault. That's my fault. I got the gold at least.
Nice.
I know when to cut my losses.
Why is this red down? Oh, did Loki take it? Okay, he's with that.
Probably.
Uh-oh.
Thing on the mid camp. I can't stop that.
I'm already ganked.
Probably should just.
Oh, good.
Saved ya.
Okay. Wow. Perfect timing.
I have to do wave them back. I think
Okay.
they might be in that. I see chaos. Don't see him here.
I'm gonna have to level my rain.
Yeah, I'll clear this wave.
Actually, I do hit 3 here.
Oh, we might get him. here.
Oh, he beats my wrap.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunate.
I've got
He didn't
nothing.
even mean to do that. He just did.
Okay, I level my
I'll wait
rain
the
though,
wave.
so I'm just gonna definitely just sustain here. They have level 2 blue already.
It's my beads down, but it's fine.
Yeah, they stole your blue and red red.
Stunning him.
Oh, what a good knockback.
Between rounds.
We might be able to get pressure
I'm
while.
just pushing him back.
I'm missing mid.
Let's share
Nah,
this
it's
wave.
just
And
going
you can
into the
fight
jungle
back.
right now.
I see Loki in the jungle.
Putting a ward out.
Loki
thought I
might
heard
come
him.
into dual lane. Just be careful.
Yeah, back up.
Yep, there
He's
it
behind
is.
you.
I'm here. I'm coming.
Knocked him up. Should be safe.
Watch the on her.
Have we seen Loki?
I'm
Yeah,
behind
he's
them.
by
I'm
us.
behind
Yeah,
Okay.
fight.
Okay.
Oh, he got me. He dove.
Very good.
Stunning him.
Ymir's there.
He's
Nice,
dead.
nice.
Nice.
That's good.
Nice.
Don't know where Loki went.
He went like back here.
Is he teleporting maybe?
No, he
No,
just
he's
put
too
on the
low.
wave.
Okay.
I got the gold.
You can just do wave. I'm gonna do backhand.
All right, Josh has not left
Oh,
lane
you're doing
yet.
backhand. Ooh, I guess I'm mid.
I'm coming.
We can meet at purple.
Yep.
Bellona's 5.
Grabbing this gold.
I'm
Zeus is
gonna have to go back.
missing.
Actually, I'll wait.
Just gotta
I'll
see
wait.
when they hit 5.
Yeah, I assume they're hitting 5 first. I'm halfway.
I think so.
Our red and blue are about
You
to come
might
up.
hit, yeah,
Loki
that
might
seems-
I
come
can
by.
come to the red.
Yeah, they're close. You can see it on the tab screen.
Oh, yeah,
You're
sure.
probably gonna get walled here. I stunned for getting them off.
Yeah. I probably should have just backflipped.
No, you're healthy. You're healthy. They
popped
actually
a pot
didn't do much
too.
to you.
Oh,
They're gonna hit 5 here, so they might look to make a
you're
play.
right, you're right.
Loki's here. He's behind me.
I'm just gonna try and get some
I'm
extra
holding my
wave clear.
root until...
Oh, we got him. We got him. We got him. We got him.
Impale's down. Impale's down.
Nice.
Zeus
Root
is
it on her.
missing.
Loki's here. Loki's here.
Watch
Yeah,
out
I'm
for
grabbing the
Zeus
Warhorn.
and
Playing defensive.
Loki might do our blue. He's doing our blue.
Oh,
Oh
there he
yeah,
is.
why is he over there?
I've got ulti now, so call it if we need it.
He's 4. He's 4. Here, can we kill him?
Where did Honor go?
He's to the left. He's to the left. I have ult.
Try.
Oh wow, he went over
Loki's
there.
mid.
Oh, I hit Barkus a lot. He's really low, but that's both of their ults.
Oh, he had 5.
Yeah. On fort. Yeah, we should have gone like immediately.
Oh no.
Damn.
I might roam. Might be. Oh no, I'm getting Neems, so I should probably stay.
Aggro's
Can I split
backing.
back harps with you, Andrew?
I guess.
Because that'll give me Neem stacks.
I'm not.
It's all on Alex right now. Once he dies, it's over. We should need to get early gold Fury Vision, because I feel like they're going to just go for it. Not
Yeah, they might.
this early, but I know Socklake's calling it fast.
Got mid gold.
Noise. Aggro is just not here.
Nice. They
No
got
eyes on
side.
dual lane.
Got side gold too.
I miscalculated how much damage I'd need for these.
We can see about getting left.
They're in dual lane. Remember, call for ulti if you need it. I'm just going to play defensive and clear wave.
I just want Neem stacks.
Get those sticks. Oh, whoops. I missed.
Ulting Bellona. No eyes on dual lane, they might go mid.
Oh no! I'm going. No, I'm out.
Watch for Loki.
I'm gonna see if I can
Maybe,
get a
maybe.
shot.
Yes.
I got an assist for that. No eyes. Yeah, you may rotate it. Loki's by me. Loki's on my back.
Good.
I'm gonna get
Excellent.
frozen.
Yeah, he's low though. He's low though.
Loki's on my right jungle, so you guys are good for
Waiting
a little while.
for abilities.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke this.
Alex is zoning wave.
Oh my.
Ow, I'm leaving.
Do you need help mid?
We can probably get a kill here. They're being really aggressive.
I think I can get the.
Oh, he
Loki.
just dove me in tower. Get him, get him.
I can't get him.
Oh, I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, he's gonna go for my camps. It's annoying.
Oh, Loki's on me too. I got dove.
Yep.
Such is life. Let's go, Raggies. I've got ulti in 10.
Okay, I'm backing up.
Your right tower is under attack.
I'm gonna see if I can help pressure left side. Actually, you're
Here's
kind of
here
low.
again.
Yeah, I feel like
Staying in tower.
I feel like I'm just getting invaded a lot. I don't really have much XP right now either.
Yeah, it's been a rough go on the left lane. I feel like I'm getting baited here.
It's missing. Oh, Sock's there.
Yeah, Sock's here.
I'm gonna make sure Loki doesn't get this.
Probably better to try and save it for Andrew versus doing that.
Yeah.
Loki's left.
I'm kind of fine. I've got.
Yeah, they see me warded. They see me coming in.
There's 3 left.
Yeah, I'll just come over here to support and get stacks.
Yeah, I think I don't know where Loki might have teleported.
Yeah, careful, right?
Gotcha.
Let's see if we can do this blue real quick.
Yeah.
Ymir in mid.
Have we seen Loki?
Nope.
Nope.
We have not.
Ymir is still mid. They're going maybe around Gold
Backed
Fury
up.
side.
I'm holding this.
Alex is literally just zoning XP. We'll just do purple and back up. Oh, it's clearing this wave.
Gold's
go on left,
coming
go on
up.
left, go on left, go on left.
Oh, 3 on me,
yeah,
3 on me,
extended.
3 on me, 3 on me. They're by you, Caps.
Yeah, I'm at this purple.
Alright, it's
I'm
beads.
Oh, pond.
I'm ulting left, I'm ulting left. Stay alive. Careful mid.
Yeah, he's dead.
Very nice.
I don't see Zeus.
Oh, I didn't get an assist.
They
for
could
that?
be on.
I
gold
didn't
right
get
now.
assist either. Pond, did you just kill him outright?
Yeah, I just
oh
killed him
my
outright.
Gosh.
Yeah, they are on gold.
Destroyed the Gold Fury.
Let's
They're
go
on
for
gold?
tower damage. They
they
got
got it.
They got it? Ah.
Sock's here.
I can get back here.
Oh, I'm gonna have a huge power spike here.
Nice.
Nice, good pick, good pick.
Warhorn minions.
Yes, please.
Lona's got dagger frenzy.
I need a big power item.
We're gonna need a bit of anti-heal, I
Can
think.
we get that red mid?
There's somebody on it.
Zeus is on it.
Ah.
He's gonna go for this, he's gonna go for this. I'm gonna try and
I
jump
don't
on
have
him.
ulti, but I'm here.
Gonna do this
He's
wave
on it, he's
and
on it.
back.
And he knows I'm coming.
Oh, I thought you went
that's
straight
bad.
up.
It's Loki ult.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Loki ult down.
I'll be right back.
Oh, it's on
Josh is
dagger.
There's a
here.
lot of
Oh, there he
people
is.
here.
Yeah, 3 mid. I've got ulti in 5.
I have divine right now.
Nice,
for
nice,
Anthony.
Loki's in the left jungle, so is Ymir. Be careful.
I
over
haven't
here.
seen Honor in a little bit.
Okay, I got it. I got it. I'm out.
Oh, he's here now.
I'm getting the side. Oh, is Loki mid? Is that what you said?
No, he's,
No,
he
he
was
was
coming
in the-
left.
He's coming left?
Yeah, he was in the left jungle somewhere.
Okay.
Trying to push this into tower while nobody's here.
Oh, I'm just dead.
They're ganking left, they're ganking
Yeah,
left.
they are.
We might actually be able to fight, like... Okay, back out.
Oh, almost got him.
Zeus is missing. Oh wait, no, he's still here.
Have we seen Loki? Here he is. Loki's here.
No ults.
I can be here too. Warhorns. I'm gonna grab it.
Josh is taking some damage.
Can we just dunk him?
Yeah,
Anyone know where Loki is?
he's dead.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
left.
Loki's here.
I'm taking tower, get out, get out, get out. Okay, back out.
Very nice.
Beads
Clean,
on Loki, I think.
clean. Wait, I can actually push this.
Zeus looks like he might be heading to solo.
Uh-oh. Is he? Let me know if
I
you
don't
see him.
see him anymore.
The right tower has been destroyed.
Oh, there he is.
Okay, good.
That's
Let's start
Zeus
working
ult
towards the
though.
bindings.
I'm gonna get all of these tower pip golds.
Zeus
Nice.
ult is down in mid.
Honestly, if Cap's late game, you just focused on her, I think we just win.
Maybe, yeah.
I'll focus Zeus.
I can build some anti on her stuff.
Yeah.
I'm backing. Zeus ult's down. Oh, don't do it, Sock. Oh my god, I'm being
There you go,
dove.
behind you, yeah.
I'm heading towards you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
I can
Loki
ulti.
mid.
I can ulti. Ulting Bacchus.
Nice wrap. That's
that was sick.
beautiful.
nice. Here, I'm gonna try and head off sock.
I'm not too far as well.
Okay, you walk back underneath tower.
Yeah, he's safe.
Do you want to just push this? Gold's coming
Yeah.
up soon.
Oh, yeah, pushing gold.
Yeah, let's get tower.
There's Sock here. He's behind this wall.
Honor
Or
shoots you.
aggro. That, yeah, not chaos.
I'm
Whoever
like
it is.
back 'cause I'm half.
He's
On
warded. He's
her.
warded.
I'm so used to Sock being on her.
Got my back flip off. Let's see mirror wall and freeze.
They're looking at gold. They probably
There's
want to
3 here. They're coming. They're coming to you guys.
I'm coming
I mean,
back.
Ymir's low.
We do need a ward on gold if we have one.
I've got one soon too.
There's a ward right here.
I mean, Sock not
Enemy
backing.
ward
Means
right
we're
there.
okay for a little bit. Sock's backing now.
Oops. I accidentally used a health potion.
I grabbed the gold blessing.
It's on a ward.
Okay, I'm gonna back and build.
I just saw Loki on a ward.
Yep,
There he
yep.
is.
Okay.
They have a
got
ward
gold
like
buff.
right here, by the way. So
He's right there. He's right there.
Oh, good.
That's his ulti. That's his ulti.
yeah.
Nice
I'm
huge.
ulting him.
Watch
Oh, I
Ymir.
missed.
We're in a good spot to pick a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't
Josh,
have Loki.
Josh had to back again. So, Bologna is definitely in back in base. So you guys are free over there.
We can probably get them at those red buff too.
Yeah, Sock's right here.
On me. Look at this. Look at this.
Go.
Your team has destroyed a left enemy tower.
He leaves.
Sock's right here. Sock's right here. He's stunned.
Yeah, I think I just need to go.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
He's intoxicated.
That was a battle.
Look at Zeus behind you guys. Look at Zeus behind you guys.
Yep,
I want to
yep,
ulti him as soon as you guys get close.
Okay, I'm.
Ulti him now. Ulti him now. Behind you guys is
Oh,
chaos.
I'm
Just
not
watch
as-
out for that.
I'm not close to him.
Watch for the chaos. Watch for chaos behind you guys.
Oh, jeez. He literally just two-shot me with the...
Alright, I'm backing up then.
He's a little 15.
Yeah, the Loki and Bologna are both
I
left
should be
lane.
fine. I should be fine.
Loki's backing.
Okay, things are still good. Still good.
Yeah, we're not that far behind.
Yeah,
at
I
all.
didn't know that on her was coming. So
I called it.
Yeah, this is
I can be louder, so let me know if it's a mic thing.
yeah.
Can we? Oh,
He's
he's
too
mid.
mid.
Are we able to defend that tower?
Yeah, I've got it back to spend.
Yeah, I'm looping over there right now. If they go underneath it, we should be able to fight them here.
Okay, I'm coming back now. Ulti in 30.
Chaos is here.
Yeah, we
to
should
help.
absolutely fight.
Yeah,
them.
Loki
yeah.
and Bologna are left.
If anything, it's a
I
3v3
got
mid, and I'll be there
blocked.
soon.
Loki's coming mid.
On her.
I'm
I'm ulting on her.
Loki is 5 seconds.
He's one
from
shot. Oh,
Loki's
There's
a mid.
Loki.
Loki's
I'm
a
here.
mid.
on fort. Yeah.
Damn.
I couldn't quite reach him, so
I almost killed him too.
They're gonna go gold. I don't think I can stop that.
I'm coming over.
I mean, Trox there. Trox could definitely stop it. They're really, really low and they're hurt. Like they. I actually don't even think they can.
They're gonna attempt or go for a pick.
If they're
on
gonna
me.
attempt it, I think you can still fight.
I need to
Yeah.
farm so bad.
They're on
because They just keep
They're on it?
coming
Okay.
over
Yeah,
here.
they're low. They're
all
low.
low.
they're back.
Can
Yeah,
you
they're
fight
all
them? Can you
backed
go
off.
for them?
I'm coming from mid. Behind him. Yep, right now.
On aggro, nice.
Oh,
One
Huge,
down.
huge.
Got him.
Two
Keep
down.
going.
careful. You're in a Z.
Yeah, back up now.
Yeah,
Back up. Let's just go gold. Let's go gold.
Yeah, go gold.
Honor's
On
gonna
the
be
way.
coming with full health though. Just keep that in mind.
I'm on my way.
does he have his ult?
Yes. Actually, I wasn't mid lane. I'm not sure.
He used his ult. It probably isn't back up yet.
I should heal through this. Yeah. My heal is good.
We don't have great structure damage.
I'm on my way.
Int chalk. The healing.
Feels good.
So good.
Hell yeah. Okay, we got it.
Bad guy.
There is. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We don't need to fight that. Let's just regroup and heal.
Yep.
Get the
Good
gold. I'll get the other
job.
gold.
Yeah, get the right goal. Get the right goal.
We've
need
equalized. We're
Yeah,
fine.
we're ahead.
Farm so bad.
We can get this. This is up. The 2.
Okay, I'm coming.
Yeah, you didn't ping anything.
Yeah.
You just
Look at
This.
this.
I'm coming to
thing
this
right
right
in front
now.
of me.
Powers.
I'm looking right at it.
Thank you. I'll take inspiration. I'll be the Aura bot. Baka's right here. Baka's right here in front of me.
No ulti.
I'm on him.
Oh, yeah, I see,
He's stunned. He's stunned. He's stunned. He's
Yep,
stunned.
yep.
He's gonna have to ult out.
The only one that can be there is Loki until they come from mid lane.
I'm saving my leap. Saving my leap.
Sock and aggro are coming from mid right
Okay,
now.
back up.
They're
Back
on
up. Back
there.
up. Back up.
Okay.
That burned Loki ult. That burned Loki ult.
Connor's
Okay,
in right, so you
aggro
guys are
went
good
back
there.
mid.
Yep.
I'll
Okay,
get left gold.
I can get my totem of death now.
Purple is gonna be up, but Sock is here, so I don't think I can confirm it.
Yeah, I'm grabbing totem of death.
I'm backing for Polly.
So I should actually hurt tanks too now.
Yeah, I assume they're not gonna rush fire. I assume.
No. Honor was still over here too.
Oh, I hear Bologna on their blue. Got it.
All right, I'm good. I'm getting
Um,
Jade Scepter.
I'm gonna get Silken Mailcoat just to deal with
Nice.
on her.
Yeah.
And Loki too.
They're mid. I'm good for a fight. Careful
Chaos
left, careful
is
left.
here.
They're just getting this tower. We can fight this without thingy
Ulti.
there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, he's low. Nice.
Chaos is low. Oh yeah.
Go.
He's got leap
I've got
still.
my
He's got leap.
stuff.
He's got leap.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
just wanted to see if he would bait anything. We can push this though.
Yeah, he pushed
Yeah, we
tower.
did get Ymir.
Bacchus cannot solo defend this.
I also have Blight.
Yeah, I'm behind the tower. Can we
Honor just
push?
backs. You can go on the Loki. Watch for the Zeus. Watch the Zeus. Be careful.
Yeah. Okay, we got tower. We got tower. That's good.
Nice.
Got the bounties.
There we go.
Gold is up here.
Yep.
What am I getting hit by? Oh, it's Blight. It's Blight.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna grab this inspiration because mine's about to run out.
4 mid. I'm backing up.
All right, I'm gonna go push up left since they're mid.
Okay, there's two people. Careful.
Okay,
All
I'm
mid.
coming mid.
We can actually fight this.
Yeah, stunning. They're stunned.
On
Ulting.
my way.
They're dead.
Oh,
nice.
nice. That's huge. Oh, I'm coming.
I'm hurt.
Damn.
Yeah, they blew everything on me.
They're low.
They're
I'm
really
waiting
low.
for
Travis-
Yeah,
abilities.
but Clumsy's low.
Yeah, I had to kill one. I killed one.
Can I
the
just
best I
come
could
clean
do.
up?
No.
No, it's too late.
They'll get out by then.
I got one.
We traded it. We
We
traded
don't
okay.
lose gold here.
Yeah, we traded okay.
Oh, Chaos is low.
I don't know.
You might be able to.
Yeah,
If
they
you keep chasing,
Yeah.
They're running this way.
they're running.
If you've got ult,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna cross this lane. Hopefully, there's
They're
no
going here.
minions.
Yeah, you see Sock? Just get ready to ult. Okay.
Did they come back in mid?
No, Sock's over there.
Oh, they're still in jungle. Yep, I see him.
Yeah,
Shoot.
just chase him down. If you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut him off. You keep chasing.
Zeus
I'm
is
so
just-
slow.
Nah,
I can't.
It's you should back.
Got him. I got him.
Nice.
Oh, you rock.
Nice.
Be careful.
I'll hold mid farm for you.
Oh no!
Nice.
Good job.
Yeah, can we
very
get this
good.
tower maybe?
Oh no!
No, just we don't know where Zeus is. Be careful.
Oh,
Very
yep,
good.
Yeah,
he's right there.
run.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I can
My bad,
stun
my bad,
him
my
for
bad.
a little bit.
No, go on.
I don't have anything.
Go on. Oh my God, he's almost dead.
Okay, back up.
Back up.
Okay, let's go,
Back up,
Travis, run.
Back up, because gold is stunning.
Wait, come to me. Oh.
It's 5 seconds. I've
No,
got
you
ulti.
can't
5
make
seconds.
it
I've got
to me.
ulti.
Oh,
They might try gold here. I'm
Yeah,
behind
if
them.
you guys can follow.
I'm
Keep fighting,
so
keep fighting,
sorry
yeah.
about that call.
Oh,
Here,
Loki
CC
beats.
immunity?
He's in
Fuck,
this.
I should
I'm going this way.
He went around Gold Fury, I think.
He went down.
Look at Zeus. Look at Zeus. I've got ulti.
go,
Balloon
I
is
will just
here.
ulti him.
I was honestly shocked at how much we blew up Zeus.
He went on a tower. Just go on the
Thought
blow
we had
instead.
him.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
That's huge.
very good.
dead.
Anyone
can
want
you
to
guys
say?
tower dive?
Oh, you
Yeah,
missed
you
here.
tower dive him. 3v1
I'll
on the
tower
tower.
Got it back up
Tower
to
dive.
Ymir. I got it back
Yeah,
up
yeah.
to Ymir.
He's stuck
He's
there.
by himself.
No, Ymir's
Watch
here.
for the
Ymir's
chain.
here.
Watch for the chain.
There's 3 here. 3 here. 3
missed
here.
it.
Oh, this was not a call.
Yeah.
No, we need to leave.
I still
Yeah.
believe. I believe.
Nope.
No, once Ymir was there, we needed to leave. We stayed too
Yeah,
long.
true.
That's gold, but it's
I
fine.
can go to gold.
I'll
but
try and
they're-
steal it.
Between the two of you guys, Anher will be there. Zeus
They're
will
not
be down.
super healthy.
Anher's full
I don't
health.
know if I'll get there in time.
I'm gonna be back.
Bacchus is low.
Are they on it?
Yeah, they're on it.
They're on it. I'm watching 7,000 health, 6,000 health, 5,000, 4,000.
Oh, the CC.
Close. Here, we got a kill.
Nice.
Good kill.
Run.
Try and get out.
Just run.
No
It's
way.
done.
Big
watch the
style.
Zeus.
Oh,
Just
Hell yeah.
Oh, the
Let's
ins
go.
down is chalk. They did not expect that. Holy
He's
shit.
running. Look at him run. Look at him run.
Alright, back out now.
I'm
You
still
are
fine,
very
I'm still
squishy.
fine, I'm
You're-
still fine. I'm still fine.
I can ult you one.
I'm still fine. I'm still fine.
Definitely not fine.
I'm
Definitely not.
I'm no longer fine.
Oh, you just ulted someone.
I hit
Saw
Zeus
that.
for 484. That was wild. Okay, I did not expect that. On her nose though, the element of surprise is.
I'm gonna get
lower.
a Screeching Gargoyle. I think that's gonna be really good.
Yeah, I've got Jade Scepter as well, or I will in a few hundred golds.
Bloodbound Book is what I'm going next because
Nice.
that would have definitely turned that whole fight. I would have won all of them. I would have killed them all.
I just need to farm for a little bit because I keep going into these.
Just go mid. Just go mid.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get a ward on fire.
They just took Warhorn. There's someone over there.
Ulti in 50.
Please.
Yeah, I'm trying to not waste my one in case they show up, but
Amir?
Oh, blown right here. That was entirely.
Blown in the bush.
That was random.
Loki.
It's four. Run.
We gotta kill. We gotta kill. We got 1 for 1.
I did as much as I could.
Yeah, 1 for 1.
Yeah.
That's.
All right, I'm coming.
They were
solo.
definitely trying to bait something there, and I just happened to run into one. Can I stop? Oh, can I capture the warren?
Did they go in?
There's no chance they're on fire, right?
No.
Sock's mid. I just saw him.
Okay.
No, they're
Oh
not.
yeah.
They have a sentry on it though.
They used a decent chunk to kill me too. Like,
2 mid. I'm
Three
there's two
mid.
they have no Loki ult now.
Let's
Oh,
play this way
Sock
faster.
and
join 'em.
aggro are here.
Okay.
No eyes on her. Oh, there's on her. So 1 left, 1 right, 2 mid.
Okay.
They're running this way.
I've got ulti.
They might be on that.
Aggro heading to you, Clumsy. He's trying to get the gold.
Yeah,
maybe?
he's by himself. I'm just gonna take it.
On her by himself.
We need to wait on respawns now.
Yeah.
We can look for a pick in left jungle.
Yeah,
We're
chilling.
sneaky.
We're chilling.
Do they have any
We're
anti-heal?
chilling.
They have 2 anti-heal 40%.
Same one, yeah.
They do not like me.
They have. Oh, the went anti-heal. Dang it.
Yeah, they have 2
Maybe we should
ruinous
change.
onks.
Hmm. Come on,
there's
chaos. Come on. Oh. Sock. Zeus. I'm on Zeus.
Nice, good damage.
Loki
Ulting.
split pushing. Loki split.
Oh, he's so low.
He
He's
is
so
not in this
low.
fight.
I ulted him.
Nice.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, are we gonna go back for Loki?
Back up.
We should
Blown it back
stop.
here.
Oh, I
Chaos,
got
but
big
it's okay if
damage
he
on
thinks
Chaos. He's half.
Sorry.
Do you want me to go
No, it's
back
fine.
for Loki?
Yes.
Okay, I'm backing.
Nice.
Good damage. Can we
You push this tower.
Can we do
This is
fire?
Warhorn.
Or no,
Or-
yeah, tower.
Like, get tower and then fire.
Is this Phoenix?
This is Phoenix.
Oh.
It's only 2. Loki's not there, so it's only 2.
This is definitely Phoenix.
Oh.
Loki's here still.
Oh wait, no, I didn't get the last hit.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I turned
Means
around
here, means
because I
here.
noticed.
If you can prevent Loki from backing, that's.
I don't know where he went. He definitely is not here anymore.
I gotta get out.
I gotta get out too. I was taking tower damage.
Okay, I'm dead. That's Loki ult though.
I've got
Loki ult
nothing.
down.
I've got nothing. Back up.
Oh, I tried to get Loki.
On 4.
It's never worth to try to get Loki.
I'm coming. There's gold. I can try and come and kill him. I have ult in 10. Chaos is
Oh, that
definitely
was not a good
falling.
backflip. Ymir shoots you. I don't think they can do. Oh, they're going for it.
Oh yeah, they're 5.
I
They
do have
5.
ult if they try.
Yeah.
Oh,
They have you
Sock's
warded.
on
They have you
this other
warded. They have
side.
you warded.
Do they have me warded?
Do we want to try on this or no?
There's
No.
Marcus.
Look at him.
Oh, missed him.
I was trying to surprise him.
Be careful. They're probably all over
Yeah,
there.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, they're probably on it.
No, it's dead.
They are. I hear them.
I'm gonna upgrade my vision ward.
That's gonna be their 3rd.
Yeah, next one's important.
Yep, next is important.
Unfortunate.
Yep.
It's okay. It's a
Well,
complete
the next one we just
damn
can't let them
tied
have
game.
it. Ancient Fury, we can't let them get it. Are they crossed into fire or no?
No.
Okay.
I do want this red though. It's aggro.
I'm here to help guard.
I'm gonna get a sentry ward.
He's not looping over yet.
There's Loki in right.
Amir below to left.
I'll defend right, but I can ulti left.
No wards on fire. They're probably gonna clear mine.
Loki my TP. He's gone right now.
I'm gonna check on the Warhorn. If I can get Warhorn, That should help push our lanes. While
I'm gonna kill this ward. No eyes on Loki.
I'm back.
Loki
in
is
by
left.
something.
Okay, he TP'd. Careful. That means I'm not there yet. There could be a lot there.
I'm on my way to fire
okay, there's
giant.
only
Okay, we see
two.
it,
There's
bro.
only 2 left. The other 3
2
are
left,
mid.
3 mid. I'm on my way.
Yep. Mid is probably heading over there.
Stunning Bacchus. Stunning Bacchus. He's stunned.
You guys are yourself for a little while. They're gonna have a full team before we're there.
Okay. Ult for ult. Ult for ult.
We got baited.
That's fine. Loki ult down's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big
And
stun.
we have wards as well on fire, so that's good.
Can we bait something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
we
ult
want to look
being
for a
down is
fight.
no good.
Let's be together. Let's move up here.
Yeah.
That's a sentry ward. Oh, they're 3 here. 3 here. They're looking to stun me. They've stunned
Help
me.
him out, help him out.
Yeah, help me out.
Zeus is in mid. You guys are fine. Fight this. Fight this.
Fight. This is really good for us. They're all ulted.
Nice.
Good, nice,
Oh my
huge.
god, that killer lasts for so long.
Okay, careful. Zeus is gonna come join this. I'm gonna try and head him off. Bacchus is over here. Bacchus over here.
See Bacchus?
I'm ulting Bacchus.
He's stunned.
Watch out for Chaos, because he definitely
He's
is
here.
on
He's right here.
this
He's right
side.
here.
Good damage.
They're all together. They're all grouped up together.
Okay.
Zeus is around.
I don't think we can fire.
I'm gonna go clear mid.
I'm clearing left.
They backed.
They're backing.
Yep.
If they're backing, go. Fight. Do it down.
Yeah.
Or we have to bait.
We have to bait.
No,
We have. Yeah, this has to be a bait. This has to be a bait.
No, 3 of them are coming up. 3 are
Okay, fight them.
Then we should turn on them right now.
Turn on them right now.
Yeah, they never committed.
Yeah.
Someone's backing right here.
Yep.
Aggro. He's low. They're running a lot on me.
They're one set.
Chaos is down. Oh, auto attacks. Yes.
No.
I'm backing.
Oh,
I'm
that
5 HP.
Nice.
Okay, now it's still a really good fight.
Yeah,
for
it
us.
was a good fight.
Can we reset then fire? Like right now?
I don't know if you have time to reset. I think you have to do it
Okay,
now.
then then start heading there.
I'm just gonna start it.
I'm on my way.
I
Okay.
can probably heal until you guys get back.
Okay, cool.
So it's 3v2. Ymir's the only one that can do anything.
I'll Screeching Gargoyle for next fight, so I can actually just make Zeus's day really sad.
Ymir doesn't have blank. We're coming right in.
Can you trade in?
Yeah, we're here.
It's 5v2. If anyone shows up.
Healing. I gotta get out.
We have to reset for Gold Fury after this.
Yep.
True.
Careful.
Watch out for that. Just make sure you secure it. Save like in a big ability for
He's
it.
here. Look at Ymir. Look at Ymir.
I was
Nice.
still
Nice.
getting fire
Oh, they
giant
got it, they
aggro
got it, they
that
got
whole
it.
time.
Kill them.
Kill
No,
them,
we
kill
got it.
No, we did.
Oh, we got it?
Yeah, we got
Nice.
it. Kill him.
Oh,
Back in gold.
Yeah, I'm heading towards
big.
gold right now. I'm gonna make sure that they don't rush it,
Okay.
because that's probably their best play.
Yeah.
Good job on fire. That was still totally worth it.
I'm gonna give.
Yeah, I was like looking at it, the fire's HP bar and not even my own, because I was just getting aggroed by it, but I ulted it, so at least you guys got it.
So Zeus on her. The main things.
Do we want gold, or are they gonna go for it?
Yeah, they're heading for it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
disrupt.
let them start a little bit. I can ulti too.
Okay, I'm on
This
aggro.
will be big. This will be big. If we get
I can't see you. I'm
Oh,
ulting
nice
Bacchus,
job.
ulting Loki.
on hers low.
Yeah, we were all too
Oh,
far
shoot.
back.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to
I'm
disrupt
in.
them. They burned everything.
Oh! Oh, help
Sure,
Travis.
let's
Oh, Travis.
Oh, no.
Oh no! Yes,
nice.
yes. Okay.
I don't think we can do this.
No,
No.
is it with Zeus and on her? No way. No shot.
Even with how much.
I mean,
they burn.
honors they don't have anything, but yeah, they could.
I'm full health again.
Their
Start
security
it.
is insane.
Start. Hey,
Did they back?
yeah, they backed off.
No. No way that they left.
No,
Hey,
no,
aggro,
okay,
aggro,
okay,
go for him.
Zeus.
Go for him. Okay,
He's
you
out,
still
he's
have
ran.
it. You guys can burst it down.
No, we can't do this with Ymir. We can't do this
Nope.
with Ymir. We can't.
Okay, back out. You gotta help.
Gotta go on Zeus.
Nice. Good job.
Nice.
Ow, I'm
Chaos,
just getting
chaos.
aggroed.
Yes.
Don't.
I let him bleach it. I didn't want him to do it.
No.
Huge.
This sets up nice because now
I know,
their
I know.
damage is down.
On my way.
I can't. Yeah, I can't.
I'm
actually
too
do this.
low.
No. That's okay. Reset. We're back.
Yeah, we're
in-
good.
We're
We're
back
good.
in
That's actually
10.
Yeah, without those guys there, we should
Yeah.
be able to take like a 3v.
He's right there. He's right here.
Oh, Bologna.
On my way.
I'm stunning him.
I'm getting there soon.
The
I jaded him. I'm backing out. I've got ulti.
Got a stun him.
Ulti in 2. Ulti in 2.
Ulted him. Auto attacked him. Beads.
Ulti blown. Ulti blown. Ulti blown.
Yep. I'm on him.
Travis, come here for gold.
Yeah. I'm gonna start it as soon as I get there.
Got him.
Watch the Loki. He's there.
Loki's on me,
I
but
stunned him.
Yeah.
We're on gold.
Yeah, I'm just zoning him. I'm just zoning him.
Okay, I need to leave.
Yeah, just leave. Just leave.
Gold's free. Okay, as soon as we get gold, go right.
Okay,
good job.
We can get 2 towers, then reset. We have enough time.
Yep.
That's huge that we got this.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice
okay.
job.
Can I back?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I'm getting an aggressive ward up here so we can see if they're coming to defend us.
Okay.
Dude, imagine if your rain healed me. That'd be sick.
That'd be sick. Buff
I
idea?
mean, that sounds like an item idea.
I also have a lot of money, so after this, I do.
This is a 3v3 until other people show up.
I'm
so
coming.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can get.
We can't get Phoenix. I don't think we can. Not until everyone's here.
Because it'll be a 5v5 when they get here. I mean,
Yeah.
We have a
30
lot of
seconds
money. We
on
have a lot
fire.
of money.
We have 30 seconds on fire. Do we care, or do we want it back?
Or do we
we
want to
back.
use Ancient
Okay.
Fury?
I think we got our money. Let's
Yeah, I
buy,
think
use
reset.
that advantage.
Okay. I'm full build. Outside of Elixir now.
Yeah, I'm not full build. Looking for pots.
Yeah, I'm full build now.
Let's push left. How much time on Ancient Fury?
Don't know.
Another minute, maybe?
Probably.
I just got my Chronos.
Do we want to go for mid Phoenix? Like, just everyone run it down mid ASAP?
Yeah,
while it's
5v5.
down?
Okay.
We want a fire jump, but we have a power spike.
Well, left is gonna fall. Let me clear left.
it's just tier 1.
I know, but there's 2 sieges. Those could push.
They're over here. They're
Yeah.
right here. They're right here. They're right here. I'm gonna see if they want to try and pick you.
Zeus is right. We should fight
Yep.
here.
Yeah,
Group
everyone
up,
mid.
group up.
Everyone mid.
I'm
Everyone
coming back
mid.
mid.
Here's Loki.
We're gonna kill minions. Careful, we're not grouped up yet.
Yep. Let them invest a little bit and then back up a little bit. We don't need to all in yet.
I'm there in 5.
Yep.
Okay. I think we're here.
Okay, can we just? I'm walking forward. Can we just poke it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to all in.
Go for it.
I'm poking a little bit.
They need to all in more than we do. Let them spend.
Yeah, Bacchus.
Oh my gosh, that hit hard.
Run.
Okay. We're out. Fire giant spawning up again. Just get ready for that.
Yeah, you guys ate too much poke.
I literally won Zeus Chain Lightning.
We did
It's
poke.
all-
We poked their Phoenix a little bit too.
Are we?
We're setting up for fire.
Setting for?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm running right back.
I'm putting a ward here.
We should just hide in a bush and like.
Well,
get,
I
or-
need to heal somewhere,
go
but
heal.
there's
Go heal,
nowhere
go
to heal. So.
You got this.
Are we? Oh, did they ward it?
No,
I don't have sentry for 7.
I just wanted to drink. I didn't want to reveal myself. Oh, look over here. Can we loop around?
Yeah.
Can
We
we
can get
get
his ulti at least.
He knows.
Did he
I'm going real
ult
deep.
away?
Yeah, I'm going really high.
Yep.
Sock sees us.
He's here. He's in front of me. Loki's still in front of me. He's coming to you guys.
Yep.
Look at the Loki. He's right by you guys. He's just invest.
Yeah, he just ulted on me. Kill him. Kill him.
Watch the honor. He's there. It's 3 in left lane. It's
Back,
just those 2.
Back. We burned charcoal.
Yep.
Loki
I
ulted.
missed him. Can we get left?
We can get this tower, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Ymir's backing.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Did he back?
Ymir just backed.
Okay.
Do we go straight to fire?
I think we do.
I think we can burn it.
I don't know if we can burn it in time without an ADC.
Ward down here.
I'm gonna get Blight.
Yeah, get blight.
I'm gonna start it as soon as I get there.
Just get ready to
Starting.
peel off of it fast.
I'm zoning up.
I don't have ult to secure this.
Oh,
They're here. We need to get off of
yeah,
it.
go on. Chaos.
Okay, I'm off.
Careful, we're really grouped up. I'm running out.
That's blown ulti.
They burned a lot there.
Yeah,
They
did.
might
They did
try
burn
and
a
pick
lot.
it up.
Did they burn ult?
They're grouped up. Careful.
Watch out for aggro. Ooh, Bellona's really low.
Yeah, I just got zoned by Sock a little bit.
there.
there.
Loki ultied me. Loki ultied me. He's low.
We should chase
Loki
this.
here in
Go
pit.
Loki.
We're chase.
Loki here in
chase,
pit, Loki in
chase.
pit.
My ult's up again.
Nice. Loki down.
Yeah, keep chasing.
My ult's up. I'm
Sunny. Nice, huge.
Oh, we just
Oh, man.
Go run mid.
Yeah, go or
Left.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I can't tank it. Someone else will have to.
I got it. Go.
Okay.
Are we going mid?
Oh my gosh.
I think we go tight.
I just
I think we go
left.
tight.
Wait, it's only 4 of us. Just care.
Watch out for chaos.
Let's get the other Phoenix then.
Yeah, get the other Phoenix. Get the other Phoenix. Anyone can CC.
Oh, I'm CCing him. Get him.
Unfortunate.
Aw, damn.
Yeah, they just. I am getting.
Got him.
Oh, let's fucking go.
Tight.
Yep, Titan.
I don't think he can stop us. I'm stunning him. He's dead.
Nice.
Oh, no, he's not.
I can't reach him.
Tight.
Yeah, that's game. Let's go.
Gee.
Yes, sir.
I need to kill Stalker.
Yeah, let's go, guys.
That's how you come back. You don't need your own keyboard from home, Chaos.
What a game, dude.
That was crazy.
That was amazing back and forth.
That was awesome.
Hey, Pont.
Hell yeah.
Woo!